beats the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. What's going on, bro?
Hi. How are you?
Yep. Episode 484. We're 16 episodes away from 500. So sometime, what, in... Wow, that's actually pretty fast. We're talking like around summertime. We'll...
Summertime.
On today's show, Sarge, on today's show, we're going to be talking about Fallout artists are afraid of Todd Howard. We're going to be talking about checking in on Marathon, seeing how Marathon's doing after 1 month. We're going to talk about more games need to be honest about not being finished when they release. We're going to talk about expensive PlayStation 6 and next Xbox. Could be the end of console gaming as we know it. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about trailers, Sarge, that they showed years and years ago that didn't even exist yet. Like the games just didn't even exist. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about a Darth Maul, an actor says Darth Maul game would be cool. Well, I hate to break it to him. There was one and they got canceled. We're going to talk about CPU prices increasing. We're going to talk about Crimson Desert. We're going to talk about Saudi Arabia investing in other companies. We're going to talk about Triple I Initiative games and stuff that they showed this afternoon. I didn't get to watch it, so we'll scroll through it and maybe chat can give us some trailers to watch for that. I do know about Windrose, and I'm super excited about Windrose early access next week. So we'll talk about that as well. We're going to talk about AI or the AI executives or OpenAI reportedly kicked around an insane plan to pit the world leaders against each other, Sarge, like a Call of Duty villain. Okay, we're going to talk about Mario, the Mario Galaxy movie, and we'll talk a couple about movie industry news a little bit. That's on today's show of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories in the past week, and we rant along the way. Join us live Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube, 30NSG. We are live on Twitter right now. We are not live on Twitch because I just didn't want to be live on Twitch. So if people over there are waiting for it to go live, we're not going to be over there. We're only here on YouTube and also Twitter. I'm sorry, X. How's it going, Sarge?
I mean, the more I watch these videos each and every week before we get to the Thursday show, it's fucking depressing. I gotta be honest. It's just fucking depressing.
What videos? What videos?
I watch all the news stories. I watch all the news stories of what's happening. And like, I have like 4 or 5 guys that I watch, and then whenever they pull up some news, I try to find out where they got the news article from. Then I go to that site and I'm bouncing around. It's just fucking depressing. Like the overall feeling between the media and the industry is fuck you, pay me. That's right. Yeah. It's just fuck you, pay me. So like you've been a gamer for X number of years, you have a system, whatever else, that's great. But anybody who wants to be involved now, it's fuck you, pay me. That's basically what it is. And at this point, I really am ready to watch them burn. I'll be honest with you, because I don't think it's going to be like what everyone thinks it would be like if the industry crashes and burns. Because what would actually happen is you would get rid of all the suits and middle management the fuck out of here.
Right.
And it would go back down to guys making games on independent sites. And since it's all digital, they don't have to worry about transportation or anything. And so independent guys would just find the independent storefronts or use Steam and then just sell the games. And we don't need the middle management at all. We'll just start over. Like we'll literally start over. It'll be like 6 months of everyone crying about how all the suits got fired. and how all these people got fired, the company's all closed down. Oh my God, it's gonna be Armageddon. And then afterwards, everyone realizing that if they just got 25 people together and then just made a fucking game and put it on a website, they'd be fine. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be like it wouldn't be like it would implode. I want to see the corpos completely the fuck out. I mean, out. How many stories do you need to see where there's fucking 45 middle management guys inside of a fucking company and they don't have money to pay anybody? I can't listen to any more stories. I can't read any more stories like that. I can't look at them anymore. And I, for one, I'll be honest, I haven't bought a new game in probably almost a year. Like a brand new game. Like I bought Space Marine, but that's not brand new, right? Like a brand new game. Because
you bought it, you playing on Game Pass, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't want to give any of them money. Like I want them to burn, honestly, because I can play old games. Like I'm playing the game from fucking 1990. I don't care. Entertainment is entertainment.
Well, right, that's the whole thing, right? There's so many games out,
and everybody's gonna yell at me like, "You gotta support the devs, bro. You gotta support the devs." I got news for you. Everybody out there now that's kowtowing and kissing corporate ass because they think they have to, all of them need a lesson. All of them, everybody, you got to go, right? It's done. I'm tired of the greed. I'm tired of the fuck you pay me. I'm tired of all the constant pressure on I must buy from you because you're a developer. You're supposed to convince me to give you my money. You're supposed to convince me. It's not a given. The gaming industry basically has become the McDonald's register that nobody talks to me. The food comes, some guy dropped the food, doesn't say thank you, and on the fucking screen it says tip, and you have to give him a tip. Like you want me to tip you? You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit, right? So for me, I'll be honest, completely honest, bro. I want them to burn, right? It's time for the reset. It's time for if you're a gamer, an actual gamer, and you want things to get better, it's time to sacrifice what you love. It's time to sacrifice your time and your money. Do something else. Let them burn. And when the other guys come back around, they say, hey, we got a game. And they come back and literally they'll be begging. Hey, I have this game I have made. I released it on this site. You guys can go check it out to see if you like it. Like, that's the kind of tone I want to hear. Will you please buy my game? That's the tone I want to hear. Yeah. Right? The rest of this fuck you pay me, kiss my fucking ass.
Yeah, because most of them,
done, bro. Done.
Because most of them, they grab an IP or they do a remake or they do a remaster because they know they have a baked-in audience, and they're like, "Here we go, we made the thing for you, Jangle keys."
There's some kind of mental cloud over the gamers in general. They're like as soon as it's like a pig in the pen, and like as soon as you throw some shit into the fucking bathtub, they come running over and slop it up and eat it because they've been starving all day. Like, how can you guys be starving? We got 18,000 games coming out a fucking year. You should be fucking fat, full, and napping half the day. So full on stuff that we got to play, but you're concentrating all on this AAA suit garbage. Who cares?
Yep.
They don't show that it's worth it. They don't show the hardware is worth it. They don't show the effort in it. They're literally telling you they're firing everybody to use AI people to replace them. And you guys just like, I don't care as long as I got a good game. Like, you're entitled. Like, you guys think that these games fly out of these fucking buildings and they're entitled to you. Like, you guys are fucking it up. Like, you guys have all the power. We have all the power, all of it. All you have to do is say, you know what? Maybe I'll get involved in a relationship. Maybe I'll learn how to code. Maybe I'll do some other shit. Maybe I'll read that trilogy I wanted to read. Maybe I'll do anything for the next 6 months and watch these cocksuckers burn. Let them burn, right? Because I got news for you. They don't care if you buy it or not because they have mobile developers on the side and they're just raking in the money. Do you guys believe for a moment that all these studios that are closing down at random at any time, 3 days before a game comes out, they're fucking closed? Like, you think that you can do that at whim? Nobody. I'm sorry. The only reason why they can do that is because they have other studios in the mobile market that give them money
for free-to-play games and microtransactions.
Right? So if you guys think that you're going to make a difference by deciding what developers to pick and not pick, the idea is to cut them off completely. Turn off the spigot, go do something else, or play anything in your backlog that everybody has in this fucking chat. They got at least the average backlog in this chat alone has got to be 15 games. Gotta be.
I would
Gotta
say
be.
like 15 to 20. Yeah. Yeah. Look,
Gotta be.
if anything, chat.
I'm so fucking infuriated by the fact that the answer to the problem lies in everybody who's screaming on the internet. Everybody who's typing it, I can't believe it. It's just screaming into the void. The only thing you have to do is shut the fuck up and go do something else. Literally, that's it. Like, it's not even effort. The effort is for you to do nothing. Like, everybody complains about all this other shit. Do nothing and you win. That's all you have to say. What else do you want? Here's the fucking contract. What does it say? It says it right on there. Do fucking nothing. We win. We fucking win. How do you want this to end? Right? You want me to cry to the studio close down?
I don't want this to end right now
give
at
a
all.
shit. I don't give a shit about any more studios closing down. Zero. Don't care. I don't care if the fucking symbol for the next studio that goes down is a fucking puppy and a fucking picnic basket, and they tell me we're closing them down. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want the suits fucking out. And I mean it. I want them out because we don't need 45 middle management assholes to run a fucking game company. You need the fucking 25 people who code, the one guy in charge, let them talk to each other, and the guy that they fucking sell to on the market. That's fucking it. We don't need any fucking meetings and all this other shit going on and games being delayed for fucking 7 years. The fucking console's out for 10 and it took you 7 to make one game. Who cares? Who cares? I got 15,000 games. I have 15,000 games to look at. 8,000 of them are just pieces of shit, but I'd still look at them in order for those fuckers to get the fuck out of the industry. I would do it in a heartbeat.
You good? Oh. There you go. Chat. If it's one thing, false advertisement is not one of them. Generation X Gaming, a weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories of the past week. And Sarge started off with a rant. Beautiful rant.
Sorry, Justin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know your kid actually likes us. I apologize.
Roadkill.
But
Roadkill gives us let's fucking go $10 super chat. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat.
Right. Why don't you guys riddle me this? Why don't you tell me how they get the money? Tell me how they get the money. Tell me how all these asshole suits get the money.
Well, now they used to get investments, and the investors used to invest into the actual games. But now
that's dried up like an old lady's.
Correct.
Kahuna.
Now that's not happening. So what they're doing, unless you're Cuphead or Tunic, where you're putting up your house for mortgage to make the money because you're passionate about the game that you want to make.
Yeah, because do you think the Cuphead guys can go to the bank and say, "Hey, I want to make a game. You want to guys give me a loan?"
No, that's too high.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Right. So what they do now is one of the companies that we'll talk about. One of them later is that they have a free to play game that they're putting up to make money, so they can make the other game that they want to make. It's like people in real life that want to buy a house without a job. They're like, yeah, I would like to buy a house, but I don't have a job.
And you don't get it.
And
you don't get it.
Just a second. Right. You don't get it.
You don't get it.
So it's very frustrating. I mean, we do have a topic that we're going to talk about, but God, man, Sarge just started off with a good rant. I want to jump right back in.
There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of money, who love gaming, who love the tech field, who want to give these guys money because they have money to burn. Because, by the way, if they don't give them money to burn, they have to write it off for taxes anyway, right? When people make a shit ton of money, but you can't tell me that every time you've been giving these guys money and you've been shit on for the last 5 years that you think that investment money is unlimited. It's not. The investment money is unlimited. So the only way that these guys keep having money is you either have to have a mobile division that's selling shit on the side and you're stealing from Peter to pay Paul. That's the only way. That's the only way. Because in the past, when a company failed multiple times, they went away. They went away. Chapter 11, chapter 7, you go fucking away. You don't have this unlimited fund nonsense to just piss into the wind, call everybody who didn't buy it fucking racist or sexist or chauvinistic, and they keep on your merry fucking way. You went out of business. We need to go back to fucking that, bro. The cream rises to the top, and everybody else can hit the fucking bricks. Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
It's one of the only, entertainment does this as well, like the movie industry, right? People used to get investors to give them money, and now they're getting outside sources to give them money that are, for the DEI shit and all the other stuff that's happening in the film industry. Same thing is happening in the gaming industry. Same exact thing.
But it's a cancer. This is basically cancer. You got to cut it out.
Yeah.
There's no chemo for this. You got to get rid of these people.
You have to get rid of everything, and you can't cut it out. You have to get rid of it. You have to just completely get rid of it, because there's always going to be one person left over in the company. It's still, because you don't know who the mole is, right? You don't know who's the cancer.
Everyone in this room knows who they are.
No, but I'm saying, like, in the business, if you look at them, you'll know. But inside the business, they're like, no, I didn't do it. I'm not the problem. No one's ever the problem. They always blame shift or whatever else, right?
But this is the point. Okay, this is the point. When shit goes wrong, somebody's at fault. Now, you guys can pretend that you always blame the manager, the guy in charge of everybody, okay? Because that's the responsible thing to do. But we all know, on a level by level in a company, you know who's the shithead is. You know who doesn't do their job well. This is basically the corporate version of you going to fucking high school, doing the science project, and 3 people were out partying, and little old James had to do everything himself, right? Same shit, but we're in the corporate world. Same shit. You know who the dirtbags are. You know who doesn't get along with everybody. You know who has the bad ideas. You have to separate them and move the fuck on. This is about business and money, right? So as soon as they don't get their money, they get rid of whoever they don't have to care about anymore. And everyone cries about it. Oh, I can't believe another 150 people got fired. Well, what did they do for the last 6 months? What did those 150 people do for the last 6 months? You want to know what? They didn't do anything, because you canceled the last 5 things they started. So you don't even need these people. They've been sitting around. You can't tell me everybody's in the idea chair, bouncing ideas around. That's not how this works, right? I want companies who know what the fuck they want to make the game, balls out, make the game, and we see what it says. That's it. That's how this works. You get to make the bigger game when you show everybody you can make 3 small games. That's how this fucking works. You don't get to go fucking make a nuclear submarine on your first day out, fucking naval fucking architect. You don't get to make the nuclear submarine the first day. You got to make a fucking sloop. You got to make a fucking a rowboat. You got to make fucking something else to show us that you know what the fuck to do. You don't just hire, insert character flaw here into the fucking company. Oh, he can do whatever he wants because we had to hire him. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. I can't wait for this tough shit to be over. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
I think we're still far off, but yeah.
No, we're not that far off. We're not that far off.
Let me read
because money is finite. Money is finite.
Super chat from Brandon Clips, $20 super chat, says that is the passion that you need to put out in the games, baby. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Sarge with the ranting going on big time here. You know what, Sarge? We're not going to just talk about what we've been playing. We're just going to go right into the stories. Okay.
Please.
Yeah. We're going to go right into the stories. Speaking of people that are just like, I don't know, I'm afraid. Right. So the first story we're going to talk about here is former Fallout artist says people are afraid to say no to Todd Howard. I find this funny because just take Todd Howard's name out of it, right? And just insert any other CEO or head of studio into the thing, because I think a lot of people are afraid of the upper, and this is why we're in the situation we are with a lot of games now, right? It says, in a recent interview, former Bethesda Game Studios veteran says something relatively damning about Todd Howard. He outright suggests that with the confines of Bethesda, there are too many people afraid of saying no to the head honcho. This has resulted in Howard being hurt over the years and perhaps making some decisions that maybe shouldn't have or wouldn't have enough people had stood up and said something to challenge him. Todd Howard has a problem with the yes men. Okay. Well, I think this is a problem everywhere. We hear all the problems. I mean, hell, just with the Crimson Desert stuff, we had people that were working in Crimson Desert. They came out and said that everyone was just saying stuff and there was a yes man. They put everything in the game. I'll tell you what, everything they put in the game actually works. Like, there's just so many little things inside that game that work. It says Todd Howard is the face of Bethesda Game Studios and the person who most is associated with the games like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and most recently Starfield. He's the man who takes it on the stage at the big events, fronts presentations, updates, and participates in many of the company's consumer-facing interviews. Over the year, YouTuber Kiwi Talks interviewed Dennis, how do you pronounce that? Melgy Loans, a former Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and Starfield character artist who spent many years flying with Bethesda Game Studios banner. The interview resurfaced recently and reshared on social media, and it was also caught with the public eye all over again. So it says during the interview, he says he's a phenomenal person. Is he perfect? No.
I want to say Mahoney's. I want to say Mahoney's. I know it's not his name, but I want to say Mahoney's.
You want to say Mahoney's? Well, that's Maholone.
Melones. It's Melones is what it is.
Does he call the shots perfectly? No. Well, nobody does, I think. He says, I can't tell you how many times I told Todd Howard, man, that's not a good idea. Typically, I would communicate and felt really strongly about it. Me and Todd could also at least communicate. But okay, I have a question for you, right? If he said stuff to Todd and Todd would go back and say, yeah, I disagree.
They are basically describing to you the HR scenario of what happens in an office. What this guy is writing is an HR example. Like, I don't feel heard. Okay, well, we went from a 60-person studio to a 3,000-person studio. There's 17 people between me and you now. I'm not going to hear you. Right? Of course it hurt him because you're not grounded. You're not talking to your people anymore. You're talking to the notes of the people who wrote to the upper manager. That's who you're talking
to.
That's the problem.
Well, I think a problem is a lot of people that are coming in the industry. See, there's a lot of context I think missing here because again, I'll go from the film industry side. When you get on a film industry set for the first time and you have a DP that's been a DP as a director of photography, right, on the shoot, and you've never worked for that person before, but he's been in the industry for 20 years, you don't want to say something wrong because but
that's your boy. You're supposed to be able to tell the truth.
No, I understand that, but you get blacklisted super fast, right?
No, you get blacklisted. No, you get blacklisted because I told person A to tell Todd, not because I told Todd directly. That's the difference.
I get what you're saying. No, what I'm saying is people that are new don't want to step on the toes, so they don't want to push back on anything because they're afraid because they're new here.
They
don't want to. They don't want to
make your bones before you open your mouth. That's normal. But
but that's what I'm saying. I think this is not a context where he says they.
But if Todd is in the industry for fucking 30 years and the guys he's worked with have been in there for 15 or 20, you can say shit. The guy who just started last year, we're not listening to him.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. He's saying that he's surrounded by a bunch of yes men. But again, you have to know the context because there could be people that are 15 years because he says he's been there for a while and he was okay telling Todd it's not a good idea, right? Because he's been there long enough.
As he should.
So exactly. But when he says they're surrounded by yes men, I would assume it's because of people who are in the industry that they're like, I don't want to say something because I could get blacklisted. I always said what I wanted on my mind. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's just how I am. Obviously, chat, you can tell. Like I don't hold back. I say what I want to say. And that could be detrimental for myself, or it could be really good because people will respect it. It all depends. You have to read the room and the people that you are. So I don't really want to say that. Obviously, this guy worked for Bethesda, and he's saying that everyone surrounded by Todd is a yes man. But how many stories have we read over the years of people making video games, and they all say the same thing? They're like, "Oh, well, there's too many chefs, and everyone was this, and
over and over again."
Right, it's the same thing
over and over again.
So just remove Todd from this scenario and insert CEO or head of studio here because it's the same story over and over. People are just afraid to talk because I think they're instead of the craft that they love, they're in it for the money and they don't want the money to dry up. So they're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And then they got no balls. So then after the thing comes out, then that's when they complain. They're like, well, I told them it wasn't going to work and they just didn't listen. But really you didn't say anything because you're like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, but you have to remember when you don't use Shaka Khan's plan versus the plan song, but when you set up an idea and you're trying to establish which way the game is going, if somebody has something to say about it, you have to start saying that shit at the foundation. You can't wait. You can't wait till 3 years in and then you want to erase a bunch of shit and rebuild. Yeah. This is not like trying on a different pair of shoes. You have to rebuild the entire building all the way up again. Like that's why games get delayed for years, right? So you got to make sure the direction you're going, all the talking happens early. Yeah. Early has to happen early to make the foundation. You can't wait, right? Anthem especially. There's so many games. There's so many. But I don't believe. I don't like the way that this is set up. The framing of this is wrong. Nobody's scared of Todd, right? They're not scared to say anything. They're scared of the middle management suits because Todd's not in control anymore. Somebody's above him now. That's the difference.
People above him. Yeah,
that's the difference.
There used to be like 3 people above him. Now there's like 12 people above him.
Right.
Because they got
bought
by Microsoft.
Todd's the intern amongst the corpos as opposed to being the boss of a studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when he comes on stage now, his presence is I'm in charge. It's like, oh, let's see what little Timmy has to say before he gets beat. We don't know if he's gonna get his cupcake tonight. Let's make sure that Todd says the right thing tonight. Otherwise, Todd's going to bed without his cupcake. Like that's what's happening now.
Brandon Clip says, look at Larian. All of them knew what they wanted to make. Yeah, they actually came out and said that you would have meetings and everyone would have input and they would go back and forth and figure out what they wanted to do. Yeah, they were very open, and that's the way it should be because they were passionate about making the game. When people see, that's the difference. People are like making a game, but they're afraid of the person or they're afraid to say something but they're all the same fucking team. They're all on the same team. You have to say something. Otherwise, you get people like the guy from Avowed that had a hell-bent thing against Elon Musk and completely destroyed the game because of his own personal thing instead of, if I say something, the team's affected. You know what I mean? Like that's just stupid.
Well, apparently the 2 things that every game company apparently needs now as the number 1 and number 2 slots before you even hire a CEO is a psychiatrist, right? And an accountant. Like those are the 2 guys you have to hire first before you even put a team together, because we can't have lunatic crazies and guys who can't do math and then try to start a game company. It doesn't work. I mean, a matter of fact, I can prove it doesn't work, i.e. last 5 years.
Right. All right, let's go to the next story, which is let's check in on Marathon, right?
And by the way, you do know that Larian got beat up so bad during the making of one of the greatest games ever made that it exhausted them so much that they don't want to touch them ever again. Like, you know that, right? Like they don't even want to be part of they were exhausted because they were fighting those guys the entire time. You understand that?
Yeah,
right?
They were fighting Hasbro. Yeah.
They were fighting everyone.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
They fought everyone, and at the end they're like, just let me do it, right? And they released the fucking game and it wins Game of the Year, and they were like this. Right. And then the rest of them were like, I helped them out. Sit the fuck down. And that's why they want nothing to do with the sequel, right? If you made Game of the Year, right? Think of it normally. If it's you made Game of the Year, and then you say to yourself, I don't want to touch this ever again. It's not because you enjoyed it, right? Otherwise, you'd have been like, I'm ready to make the next one. Let's fucking go for the gusto, right? No. After they made Game of the Year, they said to themselves, I don't want anything to do with this anymore. Whose fault is that? The fucking suits. Right. It's the suits' fault.
Well, I think they also didn't want to get pigeonholed into just making the same thing. They wanted to go do something.
Divinity's the same shit, bro. Divinity's based off of D&D. It's the same shit.
No, I understand that, but they don't have to deal with Hasbro.
That's correct.
Hey.
That's correct. So what does that tell you?
Hey. They don't have to deal with Hasbro. They're like, you know what? Let's just go make the game we want to make, but without the other suits telling us what's good or what's not good. Right. So Marathon's been out for a month, right? Paul Tassi here says, let's check in on Marathon a month after launch. Okay, so let's break down some things here about Marathon. Marathon has excelled to user scores. Currently 88% positive reviews. Steam 4.54 on PlayStation, 4.1 on Xbox. The point being, most players would have actually purchased the game, do like it. Imagine that. More reviews have come in for the critics and Marathon in time, where it's been pushed from the high 70s to now the 82 Metacritic score on PlayStation 5, which also includes a notable score from bigger outlets like Game Informer 9.3, GameSpot 9, PC Gamer 9, and IGN 9. About 2 weeks ago, analyst firm estimated that the Marathon had sold around 1.2 million copies across all platforms. I can confirm with my Bungie source that was also close to accurate. Marathon also previously hit number 2 on Steam revenue chart ahead of launch. Also near accurate, 478,000 daily active users count in the first weekend, though it dropped to 345,000 more recently, and the data is 2 weeks old, however. It says, as I previously reported, the majority of Marathon player base is on Steam, and they confirmed that my sources reports that it's 70%. That report also said the average play time was about 28 hours on Steam, which is 22% of the players at more than 50 hours, than 7% past 100, indicating that hardcore fan base immediately latching onto the game. Those numbers will have gone up since then. Marathon did not chart inside the Steam's top 10 at launch. It released with 88,337 concurrent peak, largest platform. That has dropped from 143,621 peak during the free server slam. The game is now $40. That's a huge. Not a lot of people are talking about that drop off, right? From the free server to 143 people, 143 peak to 88. I mean, basically they lost, 80% or 90%. I'm sorry, 40% of the drop there. Since launch, just over a month ago, those peaks have dropped 68%, where the game mostly recently hit a 27,670 peak at the time of this writing. Marathon Ultra Endgame activity, Cryo Archive, launched on Friday, March 20th. Tick up of the players was also slightly above the normal weekend increase. Marathon is now the 106th most played game on Xbox. I do not have a full PlayStation 5 data. It's way down on the Twitch viewing charts as well. I mean, you have to keep scrolling to go find that. Though it did chart on the top 10 list at launch. Marathon is 78th in the daily active users on Steam at the time of writing this, 82nd in the top sellers. He says, I can confirm Marathon's budget is over $200 million, likely more than $250 million. That does include ongoing costs for maintenance and new content now, right? And just before we went live, IGN has a report. Marathon reportedly had a budget of over $200 million. And while the pressure is on Bungie to gain more players, it's not facing the imminent Concord-style shutdown, which I actually said originally, right? So they're talking about Forbes here, which is the article we were just talking about. So new report claimed that Marathon's budget is over $200 million, while the player numbers also fallen significantly since launch. Bungie extraction shooters allegedly not facing imminent shutdown. I said it'll last a year, obviously, because they spent $3.6 or $3.7 billion on Bungie. So Sony's like, yeah, we ain't letting this go. We got to try to push as much as possible. So Forbes reported Marathon budget is likely more than $250 million. It's worth noting that this is all spent allegedly does not include ongoing costs for the live service game, nor the development of the post-launch content. So with this price, with the price point of $40 and with the amount of players they have, they're going to be struggling, especially since the last report it was 1.2. If they hit 3 million in a couple of months, they're still about 4 million below where they're supposed to hit with that type of number. And that's if you had a $70 game. They have a $40 game here. So Marathon, even though people love it, financially it's not doing very good. It's not doing what Sony or I would assume Bungie wanted. I would assume they wanted a lot more. So there's that. Not really a conversation. I know you don't give a shit about Bungie or Marathon.
I mean, I already put my 2 cents, and I can't beat on them any longer than that. Right. My statement stands. They have 90 days to make a move to pivot in order to make the game better than what it is now. In order to salvage players, I think the contractual obligation between Bungie and Sony that happens in June, which was 90 days from the launch, that's the defining moment whether they stay or they go. Game's not going to go a year, bro. Yeah, you think it might go a year, but it might go a year like that other game you pulled up on the Steam charts, where that game just hovering around 5,000 and just hangs out, and they just say they may kill it, they may not, just not trying to hovers there after being out for 3 years at 5,000 people. Like, they have to pivot, or it doesn't work. Like, this is a slow bleed, right? Because if you're looking at the number, and let's pretend that they're still selling copies, right? Even if they're still selling copies after the fact, because everybody else keeps propping them up and saying that their scores are good, and all the journalists keep praising Bungie's game, and let's say people are still buying the game, but even though people are still buying the game, it's still a slow bleed. So even though you're selling, you're going to reach a critical mass point where you can't afford to keep the server open anymore anyway.
Servers are going slow bleed, and the player base is not growing.
So either you have to pivot, or it's over. Now, 1 month is done. We're down to 45 days. This is where we are. Or I'm sorry, we're down to 60 days. 60 days, right? As far as I'm concerned, looking at all this stuff, this is right on target. We're right on target.
Yeah. Sarge said June back a couple months ago before it came out. So talking about, there's a topic here. I'm not going to go read the article. I'm just going to, nope, sorry. There you go. Is more games need to be honest about not being finished yet.
Yeah, all
Okay.
of them.
Yeah, there's a lot
All
of
of them.
games that come out. Crimson Desert,
Not a lot. Not a
the
lot.
latest one,
All of them.
right? Crimson Desert is the latest one that there was a report that we were watching Bellier News today, and he was saying that this game was actually supposed to come out 3 years ago, right? If it came out 3 years ago, this game is done.
Dead.
This is a replica of Cyberpunk, replica of 2042, replica of No Man's Sky.
It would have been Anthem. It would have been Anthem.
Right? It would have been a disaster because the game wouldn't have been what it is today. Now, obviously, the game came out. It still had bugs and issues when it came out, but they fixed it in 10 days because they actually were already working on that stuff because the people that were playtesting the game, or not playtesting, reviewing the game, were giving the feedback basically the same what we were saying when we got the game. And that's why 3 days later, they already had a patch, sort of like a day one patch type of thing. This is why they did it so fast. But in my opinion, this game could have delayed 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they could have launched it with the fixes, and they would have had a much better time, right? But that doesn't happen. So much so that even this game that just came out, Samson Dev promises fixes after becoming one of 2026's worst reviewed games. Okay, this right here, this game actually got delayed from last year. They had to fire half their staff, push the game back to this year. Okay, and now that it pushed back to this year, now there's like, despite having no guns, Samson instantly drew comparisons to Grand Theft Auto when it also revealed late last year, set into gritty fiction city. Okay, let me scroll down here. Samson director, game-breaking bugs, with former Just Cause co-creator at the helm as creative director, the founder of Liquid Swords. Fans were expecting great things from Samson. Sadly, critics' reviews have been scathing, and players' opinions have been also much better. As spotted by The Gamer, Samson is now the third worst reviewed game of the year, with the Metacritic score of 48. Below it is Tokyo Scramble, which also scored a 40, followed by the PlayStation 5 exclusive dinosaur game Code Violet, with an abysmal score of 29. Steam reviews are slightly better, but still mixed, with only 53% of the current 1,048 user reviews being positive. Right? We watched this earlier.
But you understand, right? They're comfortable releasing broken games. You want to know why? Because of the safety net that is gaming journalists present day. These games are completely okay releasing garbage day one because they have the life vests of the gaming journalists to help to prop them up the entire time. Why? Because they're given bonuses, they're given special treatment, they're given codes, they're given flyouts, they're given all these things, right? And that's why they owe them, right? We have to have the system in place, especially since it's, by the way, our industry. We have to have it in place where you don't get flown out shit. You're not the hot blonde bombshell, right? Who's trying to get flown out to fucking to Tahiti or to what's the other, the ones in the Middle East, the big bright beautiful cities. You don't get flown out
like Dubai.
Right? Dubai, yeah. You don't get to go, right? You get to buy the game like everybody else, review it because it's your job, and give a proper review. You don't no more flyouts, no more under the table shit, no more hand jobs, no more cars, no more free food, nothing. You get nothing. The game has to come out proper. You get no life support, you get no freebies. Finish your fucking game, and a guy's going to review it. And if that happens, miraculously, you'll see games be more finished when they come out because they know nobody's there to save them.
Right.
But the system as it stands now, they release whatever trash they want and then give me another fucking article written by another journalist that says they're going to work on fixing the game. Don't worry about it. Even though we bombed the shit out of them and gave them a fucking 49, right? We're going to bomb the shit out of them, but then you said they're going to fix it. Like, first impressions, everything. We don't care anymore. As a matter of fact, the fact that you told me you're going to fix it says to me, I got some other games I want to look at. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
This is it. I mean, even Crimson Desert, that was broke when it came out with the things that they fixed. Game companies need to start releasing games that are complete, right? Like, if you have a game-breaking bug, I mean, Travis just got Starfield. Okay, he was saying that it crashed on him 3 times, and now it's some sort of corrupt file, right? This is a game that just came out on PlayStation, but it's been out for 2 years. And now that it's on PlayStation, it's still crashing. right? It's doing all these things. It's like, bro, your game is crashing and yet you still released it. This is not okay. But of course they do tests. They're like, well, only 7.6% of the people that started up on the thing, it crashes only when they do this thing. And they're like, it's fine. Let's launch it.
But you know why, right? Because the well dried up, right? They spent the money. They can't afford to keep a full team, so they have to release it in any condition. Whatever monkey wants to pay full price for the half-ass broken game, they use that money to sustain a group of guys to go ahead and finish fixing the game as they go, because they're out of money. They're out of money. That's the only other reason you would release a half-ass product, hoping to God that somebody will hang around long enough for you to play the game.
I almost prefer early access at this point, because at least early access games are cheaper, like a third, half most of the time, where a full price game that you pay $70 for is almost like an early access game, right? But you have to wait for it to fix it. And yes, there are games like Helldivers 2 that fix the game real quick within the first week or so, 2 weeks or so. There are Crimson Desert that fix it fast, but there's also games like No Man's Sky that fixed it 2 years afterwards. Cyberpunk that fixed it 2 years afterwards. Fallout 76 is still fixing it 8 years later.
Nobody's asking for a perfect launch. Not going to happen. We're not asking for perfect launches. Not going to happen. However, the structure that we have built allows this to continue without any consequence, right? I don't understand how you can let a studio work all those years, release a game broken, knowing full well in this climate, if you release a broken game, the eyeballs go somewhere else. Your first impression is everything. And by the way, I like Crimson Desert. I've been watching a lot of videos about it, but let's not for 1 second dismiss that Crimson Desert is lucky AF, because the reason why the game survived the initial barrage of hate is because gamers have been looking for a open world like Skyrim for so long that the ability for the Eastern devs to put a bunch of things in that you all love, combined from all the games you remember, to keep you busy long enough for them to fix it and then keep you in, right? You're starving so badly for it that you allowed what to happen. Nobody's saying that Crimson Desert is better than anybody else that did it. It's still released kind of broken. But they decided to go with the devs. The dev says, if we put all this stuff in here and keep them busy, right? All these cool mechanics and things, and get people just invested in the game and just make it fun. I'm fighting 40 fucking guys, right? You're not fighting one guy. You're fighting 40 fucking guys. You feel like ancient time John Wick with all the moves and the weapons and stuff. Yeah, I get it. That's the hook. The hook is like this, and like everything's broken. Like, this is fucking badass. Everything's broken. I can't find jump. Try harder. The button's there. Like, it's the bones of the game are good. Not every game is a Skyrim. However, if you're starving for Skyrim and someone throws you a crumb that tastes like Skyrim, you're gonna chase that fucking crumb across the whole goddamn planet.
I'll tell you what, Fable is going to be devastated because their open world is not going to be like this open world, right?
Well, why do you think the game journalists are against Eastern devs and try to blow them up every time? Every time, and this is not the only time. The Ghost of Tsushima and the rest of those other developers that came out from before, they got bombed too. They can't have Eastern devs showing the Western devs how a game should be made in this market, because it shows that the 8 years that you just spent on this piece of shit that you keep propping up, that ain't going to make a fucking dime, right? It's not even to make half its money back, because you guys don't have your shit together and the Eastern devs are eating your lunch.
So I said this earlier today, and it's funny because then after my morning show, I found like 2 or 3 videos that got uploaded after I talked about it myself. So we all thinking on the same wavelength here, is that this is the Skyrim. Starfield, the people that were disappointed in Starfield were people that wanted Starfield to be the next Skyrim. They wanted that open world and everything, and they're like, oh, space, it's so good with all these things. But they didn't get that, right? No Man's Sky wasn't that either at the beginning, right? Cyberpunk wasn't even that. People were looking for that next Skyrim experience, right? Witcher 3 wasn't that, right? So now Starfield came out and they were disappointed in that, and then now this hit, and people didn't think this was going to be that, but it is now. And because this is the next Skyrim, right? It is. It just feels that way.
Once again, you can't say that because you have to let the game organically become that. You want it to be that way.
No, but
the guys keep telling you it's that way.
No, I know, but
you have to wait to see it organically if it ends up being that way.
This game has hit the bar, in my opinion, has hit the bar of what Rockstar games do, right? And what Bethesda Skyrim did. Okay, so like the open world aspect of this is the bar. Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption, they've all hit that bar. Okay, they've all hit that. They're all in the same area. No other game has hit that bar.
Trying to do more. This is trying to do more.
Crimson Desert. Now Crimson Desert's hit this bar. Okay, and now Fable is going to be like, it's going to be like a wet noodle, right?
You're going to hear that. You're going to hear the sad trombone.
Yep. It's not going to.
And the first, why don't we do this? Why don't we have chat? Right, not right this second, but why don't we have chat? You guys can go to Discord and do this. Why don't you give me the headline? Right, this is your guys' attempt to be like one of the journalists. You guys give me the headline of what happens when Fable releases and they try to compare it to Crimson Desert. Go ahead and go in Discord and you guys give me what you think the headlines will look like. Give me a headline, what that would read, because that's what they're going to do, right? Because Fable's going to get beat up, and they're going to try to compare it to Crimson Desert, and they're going to get mad because you can't compare Crimson Desert to anything, or you can't compare whatever you feel like you're going to compare it to. We're just comparing open worlds, buddy, right? That's how this works, right? I saw an open world game. They did this list of stuff that was awesome. They had this list of shit that was crappy, but they fixed it. But there's this list of shit that they did. Does Fable do this list of shit? Or is Fable in the same league as a game from 10 years ago? And that's all you guys have done. Just the bar. Well, if you gone just the bar, then I got other games I'm going to play. I'm not interested in the bar. I'm interested in you showing me what you guys can do above the bar. Right? That's what this all is.
Fable's not going to be even if it is open world, like it's not going to be even close. I think the next game that comes out that's going to be even close is Light No Fire. Light No Fire is what I was talking about this morning. That's the next game. That's the next stratosphere of like giant open world games that's going to blow people away. Right? That's not an MMO.
Well, I think that time period's a factor because once again, a lot of people like to exist in different time periods. I've said this in the past. I think Red Dead 2 was one of the most amazing games released at that time. It was incredible. Scope, story, characters, combat, like at that time, top of the heap. But I don't like the time period. So I'm not going to spend 500 hours in the Old West because to me, the Old West is boring. Fucking boring.
Yeah.
I love the game. I'll be honest, I told you before, I don't think I finished it. I don't remember finishing it. I think I'm right near the end, but I didn't finish it. Point being is, if you give somebody a properly polished game in the right setting, it attracts people. Like, I'm a little concerned that this pirate game that's coming out,
we'll talk about that later.
Is going to go head to head with Crimson Desert because it's got the same storyline, and I don't mean like in-game story, like what happened to it.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, turning from an MMO to
because it was an MMO, it's a single player, and now here's the hook on that one. Ready? 4-player multiplayer. Right. So like. Not only do you give me an open world as a pirate, but my friends can hang out with me too. So like I'm looking at that, I'm like, wow, this is another one of those things. Someone is willing to risk the chick. That's what we're doing here. You're risking the biscuit. You're risking the biscuit. Because they want to. That's how things get better. That's how things get polished. And the structure of gaming gets better. You have people who want to try. Maybe they'll fail, but a bunch of guys. Let's be honest. Do you see Pearl Abyss running out to the patent office to try to patent all the mechanics they have in their game in order to lock it down so they can't do it?
They borrowed
right?
all mechanics from all other games.
Right? You don't see this kind of shit. Right? I want to see guys go for the gusto. If they have the ability to go for it. I'm not saying double mortgage your house and go for it. Sell a couple games, get a bankroll together, get your teams polished up, get the right number of people on your team that you need, and then go for the gusto. You don't go for the home run on the first pitch. You got to wait it out a little bit.
So speaking of games that are not finished and they release, and then games that get announced and that are also completely different when they launch, but we have this one, which is State of Decay 3 was revealed before anyone was even working on it, right? Here's
just shut up.
I hate the industry so bad because they do these award shows, they do these, the Summer Game Fest, they promote the stuff like this. They show when the new systems came out for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. They showed a bunch of games, and some took longer than they were supposed to and whatnot. But this particular game.
This is Anthem territory.
Yeah, this particular game was shown 6 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And the trailer showed a zombie deer. Okay, and they're hunting. It was all CGI. And it comes out that the State of Decay 3 wasn't even a thing. They had to put it together because the investors.
They need money. Because they need money.
Yeah, the investors, and to get people hyped up to, all right. This is almost like false advertisement, 100%. Now, obviously, it's still coming out, and now they're in early access. They just opened it up for alpha testers or whatever. But it says it's almost been 8 years since State of Decay 2 was released, and the fans have been hungry for more. State of Decay 3 was a little bit more than the word document at the time. In a recent interview with Sunny Games, Undead Labs leader Phil Holt admitted that State of Decay 3 was revealed a little early than it should have been. Right. And this goes back to what Todd said a couple of weeks ago when Elder Scrolls 6 was announced. He says, we didn't want to do that, but they made them do it. Right. They made them do it because investors. Right. And that is the problem.
But at least you have to understand that point of it, though. Right. Banks are not giving game developers money to make a game. Right. Either the publisher is liquid enough to finance the game and then they get to put input into it, or the devs have to do it themselves, whether it be Kickstarter or other games that they sold in the past. They start double mortgaging their houses or whatever. But the money to make a game is a giant, sometimes an insurmountable amount of money for a small studio, right? Because, but we all know that they're bloated. We all know that they have too many people working doing the same shit, right? That's why these studios need to be small. I would much rather see 8 or 9 Hades types of games in order for them to build their bankroll and then to release a game. You can't have it where these companies are just running amok. How do you want them to afford the game, right? So we have to put up with the fact that you're going to advertise a game that doesn't exist so you guys can get, but meanwhile, you don't just give it to the investors. You put it on a public forum so all the gamers get to watch it too.
Right.
Why do we need to see it?
But really, they're showing it to get devs to come into the studio, to get investments to come into the studio, to get our hopes up, basically, is what they're doing it for the customers. They're showing something and they're like, here you go. We know you want it. And then, according to him, they didn't even know what was happening. Okay. He says, not only are infected animals not coming, okay, but the point from the first trailer, but the video did not represent any developing product at the time. Okay, Holt explained that when the trailer dropped, State of Decay 3 was a little bit more than a Word document. They didn't have anything about it.
Right. So as far as I'm concerned, all I hear now is the wind. I don't even hear the word State of Decay 3. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you want me to care about a game that doesn't exist based on a trailer you did for somebody else.
Right. State of Decay 1 came out very buggy. I love the game.
It's still buggy.
Yeah,
it was very buggy.
State of Decay 2 came out very buggy, right? But it has co-op, right? And it was fun.
Yeah.
Right? State of Decay 3, guess what? It's going to be fucking buggy, okay? Just because the first one was, the second one was, the third one's definitely going to be buggy.
Well, and the only way it wouldn't be buggy is that you have to hire more people. If you have to hire more people, you need more money. And then, even then, I could see, listen, I could already tell you the entire scope of State of Decay 3. They tell you that they're working on it. They tell you they got bought out by a different company. They got new funds. And 2.5 years from now, they're going to tell you the game is canceled. Because they never really had the group put together to make the goddamn game to begin with.
Well, they have it, and they're doing early access now. But again, the saving grace for this is that regardless how the game comes out, guess what? It's going to be on Game Pass, right? So they're going to toss it out. We could have a second Redfall on our hands here when it comes out. Hopefully not.
As far as I'm concerned, the game doesn't exist at all. It doesn't exist in my mind. Doesn't exist on paper. And the trailer I saw was from a low budget B movie that's releasing on Netflix. That's what I saw. Right? That's what I saw. I saw a horror movie on Netflix, a trailer for a horror movie on Netflix. That's what I saw. Not a game, not State of Decay 3, because it doesn't exist. I'm looking forward to the games that actually exist in our dimension, that was made by people and are advertised because they're coming out soon, like the next couple weeks. Like, that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah. Well, let's go to this one. This is a Star Wars story. The next one is where the voice actor for Darth Maul, which he says it could do an incredible story of Star Wars actor wants to do a Darth Maul game. Right.
Why don't someone give this guy a history book?
Sam Witwer, the voice of Darth Maul, right, says it'd be great if they had a Darth Maul game. Well,
welcome to the club.
Here you go, Witwer. Battle of the Sith Lord was canceled Star Wars game starring Darth Maul, developed by Red Fly Studios in 2011. Originally intended as a gritty origin story that becomes a Batman Arkham-style action game featuring Maul and Darth Talon, right? We also wanted the game, and this is before
we were
Disney,
waiting with bated breath for that game to come out.
Before Disney took over, okay? But when Disney took over, basically what happened was they canceled pretty much everything that was on the because they wanted to
because it didn't go against their anti-man theories. That's why.
So I do find it funny. He's like, yeah, it'd be great if we had a Darth Maul game. Yeah, it would be great. And don't hold your breath because I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon either.
Yeah, but it's amazing how an actor who gets excited about a role and says, "Man, they should make a game about this," and you're like, "We already tried that, buddy. Welcome to the party. We're glad we're glad that you like the job that you have now and you want more jobs, but the rest of us have been slaving back here waiting for games to come out and you don't know nothing about it." Right. So pick up a magazine or go back to the Wayback Machine and try to figure out where the fuck the rest of us are before you go spouting off at the mouth that you want a Darth Maul game. No shit. You want a Darth Maul game.
They canceled Battlefront, the original Battlefront 3
before
EA took over, right? Canceled the Battlefront 3, canceled the Boba Fett game.
Boba Fett gone. 13 gone.
Darth Maul game.
Obi-Wan game gone.
Was there an Obi-Wan game?
There was.
I don't know if that wasn't far along. The Boba Fett game was along, and they canceled that one. A different Boba Fett game that you had, right? They obviously had a Mando game they were going to come out with when the stuff was all hyped up, and that got canceled as well. There were so many games that they've canceled in the last, 15 years of Star Wars. But yeah, hell, even when Force Unleashed originally came out, people were like, why didn't they do it with them? Why didn't they do it? There was already people biting at the bit, you know what I mean? Or chomping at the bit to try to get these things type of made. And yeah, it didn't. 1313 was, I think, one of the biggest upsets because that was going to be like an open world.
Because in their mind, they think that X number of money with a good IP automatically means cha-ching, right? That's how they look at it. And so when they do the numbers, if they don't see cha-ching written on a piece of paper by some guy on the 13th floor, if they don't see cha-ching, then they're like, it's not worth spending any money on this. Well, but we already spent 2 years deciding on this, and we were building up the beginnings of it. We're putting a team together. Not worth it. It doesn't go with our narrative. Go where we're going as a brand.
Right.
What brand is that? Do you guys make video games? I'm curious. You're a game studio that's been around for 10 years and you haven't made a fucking game yet. So what exactly do you do? What do you do?
Maybe if the show does really well, it's getting good ratings so far for the first 2 episodes. Maybe if the Darth Maul show takes off, maybe they push it up to the front to try to get another game. But we're talking like 2030, 2031 before that even gets, put out there for Darth Maul.
We are still trying to resuscitate the people who are trying to like Star Wars at all. right? Did you read this the word about what's happening with the Grogu and Mandalorian movie? Like the hype train isn't there, bro. They don't even
They
know.
haven't said anything about it.
They don't know. They don't even know if that movie is going to do anything. They don't know. Even if they have all the fans waiting in the wings to watch it, they don't know if it's going to succeed. That's where their brain is. They don't even know.
The last advertisement I saw was at the Super Bowl, right?
They're not going to
That's the last ad I saw.
Until a month out, bro. They're not going to advertise until a month out.
It is a month out. It's 5 weeks away right now.
No, it's at the end of May, right?
No, it's at the beginning of May.
Is it the beginning of May?
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Well, then they might be doing the 2-week blitz. I haven't seen anything. I've been watching. I haven't seen shit.
Oh, May 22nd. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
It's at the end, right?
I'm
a month and a half away.
I'm gonna go with they're gonna go for the month blitz.
Full blitz.
Full blitz. Before. Yep. Because they can't spend all the money they want to spend. They have to spend it correctly.
Because they already spent it.
They already spent it.
Oh man.
Don't get me started, Dark Taco. Don't get me started.
Yeah, 1313 looked really good, but oh well. Speaking of things that are just not gonna let's do a little speculation here, Sarge. Right, a little speculation. So, analysts predict super expensive PlayStation 6s and next gen Xboxes will be the end of console gaming. I love how the goalpost moved because remember, this current gen was going to be the last gen of actual consoles because whatever reason they're like, no, it's consoles are done. But now they've shifted it. They moved it over one next console, and now
but what's going to be after the console? Tell me the magic that's going to happen. What happens after you get rid of my console?
It's the cloud.
But tell me what it is. Like we don't make hardware anymore. We just want you to pay us. Like that's right. That's basically what they're saying. We're not going to make consoles anymore. It's so inconvenient for you and for us. We want you to just give us money. Can you just give us money?
We made
every
the thing. Just
every 30 days. Can you just give us money?
That's basically what they want. So let's see what they say here, right? It says a wave of concerns regarding the future of console gaming could be hitting consumers as rising PlayStation console prices, component supply issues, and push for AI continues. Okay. It says including Sony's next PlayStation and Microsoft's Project Helix could push pricing into territory that fundamentally changes how gamers play. No, well, 100%. We've talked about this last week and stuff, right? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Go ahead. Raise the console prices up and see how that pans out for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Please.
Insert dodgeball. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for them.
Listen, I told you, I'm all for it. I want you guys to burn, literally. I want you to raise the price. Raise it up. Tell me the console's $1,100. Tell me the console's $1,100. Just do it. Just do it. They want to see who will actually give them money. That's what it is. This is basically a pressure cooker. They want to see where their actual fans lie. How much money are you willing to give to me to play your goddamn video game? That's what they're going to say.
Right.
And I'm still trying to figure out, what does your hardware do that the one I have doesn't do? What does it do? Where's the magic? What's the magic?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
It's going to be wonderful because when no one buys the system except Dustin, right? When Dustin's the only person that buys the system.
We know. Dustin, thanks for being here, man, because otherwise it'll look like we're crazy talking up here.
Yeah, and developers don't make games for game consoles that are not selling because they'll be like, you know what's happening right now when people are like, hey, how come that game's not coming to Xbox? Well, it's because it's a smaller part of the market, so they rather put it on PlayStation and they rather put it on PC because Xbox is such a small player base right now. They're like, it's not worth putting it on there. We'll wait for it to come out later. That's what's going to happen if the system consoles get up to $1,100, past $1,000, and they're closer to PCs. The developers, guess what? They make their games on PCs. So they're just like, yeah, we're just going to make it for PC. There's no point to make it for the PlayStation or Xbox because no one's buying the systems. So we're just going to focus and make it, which then Xbox wins because their next system is a PC/console. So they would just get the games regardless anyway, right?
Explain it to me.
Yeah.
Nobody can explain it. I'm still waiting for Shaka Khan to come up with whatever her business model is going to be. I'm waiting.
I'm telling you right now, Valve and Steam, okay, they can take a loss. They are so profitable as a company, okay, that they could lose their ass on the console and still win in the long term because they can undercut everybody else I'm not saying like $400, $500. I'm just saying they could be cheaper than the next systems, and people would go do it because they're like, yeah, I don't need a PlayStation. I don't need an Xbox. I can just use the Steam Deck now or the Steam machine in my living room, right? They could 100% take the loss, be profitable in the long run, because obviously everyone that's buying the thing is going back to them. And there's so many games, 19,000 games, 20,000 games came out to Steam. How many games came out on Xbox and PlayStation in the last couple of years, right? I don't think there was a total of that, right? On Steam, 20,000 games have come out. Obviously, 19,000 of those are porn or whatever,
listen,
but you know.
Even if we go along with the old TV joke with cable, right? Oh, my cable TV has 1,000 channels. Meanwhile, 900 of the channels just suck. But you still have 100 channels to play with, right?
Right.
And I have to watch 100 channels. I could pretty much knock out an entire year on 100 channels, easy. So if you're telling me there's 20,000 games out, and I say that 19,000 games are just complete and total trash, which is me just speculating. I don't know that. But even if I have 1,000 games in a year, I'll never get to them. I'll have something to do during my time. During my time of entertainment, I will have something to do. Somebody out there, they still are trying to sell games in this market under these conditions. 20,000 games are coming out, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm going to try to make another game because I got to, because I love games. I got to make a game."
Real quick, Altern says Steam Machine sells at 400. Everyone is fucked. What about if they did this, Altern? And I'm just saying, I'm just putting this out there, right? Based off of what you just said. What if Steam comes out? Because look, right? These systems that are out right now, the Xbox and the PlayStation and the Nintendo, probably going to go up in price soon. They didn't do anything different. It was cheaper, and now it's $200 more expensive. What if Steam comes out and says, right now, the introductory price for the Steam machine, $600, right? $500, $600, right? Get it now, because prices are going to go up, right? They can eat the cost. I'm telling you, they can eat the cost because they're so profitable as a company. They only have 356 employees, right? Each one brings in like $1.5 million or whatever it is per employee. They could just sell it for a loss, get the people in. Those people are in the ecosystem then. There's no disk drive. They have to buy Steam. They get the percentage of all the stuff. They could do it. It'd be very interesting to see what happens. Yeah, and then it will sell like hotcakes. And obviously, they would have to stop something from the hackers. You could buy one system or two systems the most. You know what I mean? People will still find a way around it. They use different credit cards, different addresses, different things. But that's what would happen. Yeah, that's what would happen. And then it would turn the fucking industry upside down. Did you hear this, Sarge? Steam is opening up their game engine. I forget what it's called. Chat, what's Steam's game engine called? Okay, but they're opening it up, so you're allowed to use it for free. They're not taking a percentage like Epic, like Unreal Engine does. They're letting people use it for free.
I thought that was a rumor. That's for real.
That's happening, right? So they're opening up their thing for free, and then you can just make games on Steam. And then when you put it on Steam, obviously they're not taking a percentage because you use the engine. They're just going to take it because you're putting it up on Steam anyway, which works out for them, right? So we'll see what happens with that.
So wait, they're allowing people to use the engine to make games?
Yeah. For independent, anybody that wants to make a game, you can make a game using their stuff.
And they're not charging. Wait, can you sell the game you're making?
Yeah, on Steam. That's the thing.
So okay, so
they're not.
You're allowed to make the game with their engine. You can sell it on their platform, and they take their cut regardless. They're going
to take the cut off the game's sales, not
yeah. Right,
like
you're not paying up front for the licensing for the engine use. I sell a game. If I make a profit on my game, they got to cut of my profit.
Yeah, it's a new version of the Gary Mod engine. Correct. I forget what it's called. It's a name. They named it something. I forget what it is though.
If nothing else, that basically sides with gaming. You want people to build games. You want there to be competition. Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see what happens when that opens up and people start making, because it's just another game engine out there, and it's another alternative because then Epic, right? They're meeting. Epic doesn't want to meet where Steam is or Valve is.
No.
Right? And Steam's like, hey, you know what? Or Valve is like, well, we're going to go to you. We're going to make the game engine like you guys are doing. But the difference is we're not going to be is it called Source 2? Thank you very much. In other greed news, CPU prices could increase again. So bad news for PC gamers, CPU prices could see yet another increase in the coming months. A new report suggests that manufacturers are preparing for another round of price hikes tied to rising demand and higher production costs. While pricing shifts are nothing new, the PC hardware space, particularly in recent years of development, is just the latest semiconductor challenge. Okay, so why CPU prices could be going up? The latest development from the Chinese market research firm Minutes Logic Society translated report suggests that a continued demand for AI is contributing to a tighter supply of conditions, which in turn likely to impact the component price of CPUs and RAM, are both necessary semiconductor components used in the data centers with the power AI. Specifically, Intel intends to increase CPU costs for a third time in 2026, which is expected to raise the price by 30%. Did you see the screenshot of RAM? It was 128 gig RAM for $5,000. Who the fuck is buying?
My brain will just turn off, bro.
Who the fuck is buying a $5,000 RAM?
Yeah, but my brain would just turn off, right? Like, I have the number I need for my machine, right? Everything works fine. I can run on high definition. I'm good. Speed's good, right? I don't look at porn sites. I don't get a bunch of crap on my computer. You know what I mean? Like, my machine is basically it's like a church. Right, I make sure what goes inside the church. You know, I don't go running amok on the internet. So my machine's quick. I can do whatever I want with it. Now, $5,000 RAM, bro.
Yeah, it's for DDR5. Yeah, I'm still on DDR4 myself.
Like, you only need it because you think you need it, but you don't even know what you need because you're being told the entire time what you need. Is your game running properly on your system? Does everything run? Does everything run?
Right.
Do you have glitches, pop-ins? If you're not having any problems, then what you have is fine. So someone comes out of the woods and goes, "I got $5,000 RAM because you need it." I'm like, your brain should just go, "I don't give a shit, dude."
Yeah.
Right?
If you
Go sell it. I mean, Dustin, would you buy it for $5,000, bro? Is Dustin still here? Dustin, would you buy it for $5,000? Yeah. See, if he had the money, he would do it. But even Dustin saying, you know what? That's a little high. I'm not going to do it. So we even got Dustin.
That's the crazy part. Dustin debating, well, I can't do it unless I was rich.
Right, unless I was rich. Well, if everyone was rich, you get it for $5,000 RAM. It's all relative. We understand that. But like,
I don't know.
5,000
by premise alone, I wouldn't do it.
But Dustin, you've lived on Earth prior to $5,000 RAM, and it was 2 years ago where RAM was $200. So if 2 years later it goes from 200 to 5,000, if your brain doesn't register anything wrong with that, then you need to see somebody.
I remember people were buying the 3060s and 3060 Ti's for like $1,200, $1,500 when it came out, and I was like, "The hell's wrong with them? That's a $300 card, right? $300, $400.
Right. If you don't know, then you don't know. But you can't be wandering the planet thinking that $700 RAM that was $250 6 months ago, and you think everything's cool. We're all good. Like, you guys forget how the market actually works, right? Eventually, they're going to need you again, right?
Right.
Because when the AI people don't need the chips anymore because they're done doing whatever it is, whether they succeed or not succeed, right? They're going to need you to buy their RAM again. And see, at that point, you should say, go fuck yourself. That's exactly what you should say. And let them rot. Right? Go back to your AI data centers. Don't they want to buy your RAM for $5,000? No? You need me to buy it again? Okay. I got news for you. I'll just wait it out, because here's what's going to happen in the normal market, right? Other companies see how much RAM is and goes, we can make a killing. We got to open up our own RAM chip factory or buy one, right? Or they're going to buy a chip factory, right? And when they buy a chip factory, they're going to normal competition would be like, well, if we undercut by 1,000, we can make more money, right? And then the market adjusts just like any other fucking week. But everyone thinks that because Jesus said it's $5,000, you think you need to drop trowel and give $5,000. That's not how this works.
Yeah. I'm thinking about actually buying a computer and then selling the RAM that I have in this computer to pay for the computer that I bought, right? Because that's how I could do it.
Right? Makes no sense.
All right. Making no sense. Great. Let me find the story. This story makes me laugh, Sarge. I understand they mean well because they love it so much, but Crimson Desert might have an enemy density problem. Fans worried as they approach Endgame. So I read a report earlier this week.
Are we just
that
making up stuff to be mad at?
A Reddit user got to 306 hours inside Crimson Desert, and then he started complaining that there was no one left to kill. Okay. Then Paul Tassi wrote an article. He's 245 hours in, and he's like, I'm starting to see that I don't have that many people to kill, and I want them to repopulate the map so I can go back and kill, which is funny.
Start the game over.
But they
You
don't wanna,
have won.
It's not
a live service. The
Right.
game has an ending. You've reached it. Congratulations. You've won. Start fucking over. What are you talking about? Why do I have to listen to these crazy psychopaths? I don't understand. I have no one else to kill because I've killed everybody. You've won.
So it's funny because they just like the game so much, they want to do more of the game. I'm just like, I don't understand, right? Because people argue with me that people like resetting, right? They like resetting. That's why they play Diablo. That's why they play Path of Exile. That's why they're playing Arc Raiders. That's why they like resetting their characters. Otherwise, they get bored, right? Now they're playing a single player game. This is how bad live service and microtransactions
have ruined their brains.
Have ruined our brains.
Ruined their brains.
Right? They're so trained and conditioned that a game is supposed to constantly be updated and fed to them and microtransaction skins. This game gives you all the cosmetics and stuff in the game. Like you could wear whatever you want and move all the powers to what thing you want to. So you could find all the stuff, break it all down, put the stuff that you want on the stuff that you want to wear, and then look the way you want to look, color it the way you want to color it, play the game how you want to play. And they're like, no, I need more to kill. I don't want to restart the game and play again. Meanwhile, people are playing, I don't know, Skyrim for the 400th time, or they reset their character in Mass Effect. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how this is a problem.
It isn't. I need to write an article. I have to write 3 articles a week. I have a job. I have to write 3 articles a week. What can I piss off everyone with now? What kind of crazy story headline can I write to piss off Sarge and 30? Right? I've got nobody else left to kill. I got to write 300 words on this.
Right? I beat the game. I have no one else to kill. Great.
You won. You won.
Move on to the next game.
It's not an issue.
Right?
It's not an issue.
I just thought it was funny. I was just like, what are we complaining about? We're complaining that we don't have anybody to kill because you killed everybody?
Because you won.
300 hours.
That's how it works. That's how it works. You reach the end of the game.
Somebody said, right? Somebody said that they played where is it? Do I have the there's a game that this is
300 hours
right?
and I've got no one else left to kill. This is bullshit.
Look at this, right? Extraction shooter The Cube Save Us has announced it's shutting down for 3 weeks after it launched, right? That's not the story I want to talk about. I want to talk about this guy inside who's played the game, okay? This gentleman who played the game, he said, it's also sitting mostly negative in Steam, okay? Certainly wasn't giving any would-be players a strong first impression. In fact, a player with 160 hours in the game called it trash and complete cash grab. I don't know what world we're living in.
You can sell that guy a Bronco, no problem.
Particle accelerator went off.
Find out who that guy is. You can sell him a Ford Bronco, no problem. He will buy it at sticker.
100?
No problem.
In 60 hours, and then he calls the game trash. What? How long in the game are you like, yeah, no, this is great. I'm having fun. 10 hours, 20 hours, 50 hours, 100 hour, 160. He's like, this game is trash. Like, no, you're trash for putting that many hours into a trash game and thinking it's trash. Like, what are we talking about? Obviously, you liked it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be putting 160 hours in. Now, Crimson Desert guys are putting 360 hours in. They love it. And they're like, I want to play more. Great. Just reset. Just start again. You can do a different build. You now know how the game works. So you can go to certain things to unlock things faster, right? And now you can get powerful faster and add things and then go back into the game and now kill everybody being overpowered. Like, I don't understand these problems inside of video games that people make now. 162 hours, trash game. 360 hours in a game or 306 hours in a game, and there's a problem because there's no guys left to kill. You put 300 hours into the game.
Bro, give yourself a trophy. You won. Why don't you go back and try to kill everybody with a dagger now? Like, I don't. What do you want? What do you think? See, this is the problem. The live service mentality has corrupted everyone's brain, and you think you're entitled to a forever game. Every time you hand over money, you're entitled to a forever game. That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
Yeah, Eric. Why did that goof have 165 hours to figure out it was trash? I don't know. Obviously, I don't think
If you guys have
trash.
anything to sell, T-shirts, Kickstarters, cars, broken stereos, find out who that guy is. He will buy anything.
Well, here's a good issue, I guess, to have. Right, Crimson Desert players average an over 20 hours a week in the
Part-time
open world
job.
game.
Yeah,
Right,
part-time job.
blowing away almost everything else on console. I put in from first week to second week. I put in 60 hours. Okay, in 1 week, 60 in 1 week. Okay, I'm at 135 now. Okay, in 3 weeks. So you do the math. I'm putting a lot of time in between, like when I'm not playing or not streaming. I'm doing that in between stuff. I'm like going back in. I'll do the farming and stuff. This afternoon, Sarge, let me tell you a quick story about Crimson Desert. I had the hardest boss fight I've ever done in my entire life, and it wasn't even a boss fight. I found a legendary horse. Okay, I found I think it's called Rider or something like that. It's a white horse that I found in the new area above. Okay,
White pony.
so I found this white horse.
What horse?
And I tried to tame it, and I tamed it, or I was trying to tame it, and I fell off. Just tame it, fell off. This thing would not. I could not. Goddamn, get this horse. 45 minutes, Sarge. 45 minutes. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I've tamed other horses. I was like, what is happening here? So let me tell you a little bit other story of this. So there's a power that you do with the force palm where you spin your hands like this in the game. Well, I was trying to do that about 40 hours ago, okay? And I couldn't do it. And I thought I was doing something wrong. I'm reading the directions. It said, go into slow motion and then put the right analog stick up to the top and slowly rotate it. And then your guy will do this. And I was like, okay, I'm doing it. He wouldn't do it. He would not do it. And I was like, what's going on? So I went online. I was at force palm, swirl, whatever it's called. Focus is not working. Someone said, if you're playing on console, make sure you plug your controller in, right? If you're on a wireless controller, it'll work. And I was like, that sounds so stupid. Plug it into my Xbox. Guy does this instantaneously. I was like, what the hell? I was like, okay. So now I'm doing the taming of this horse, right? I'm like, how come the horse will not tame? You're supposed to take your left analog stick and you're supposed to follow the tail, and the tail's wherever the tail goes, you're supposed to rotate around and
It's like a mini game from hell.
Yeah, it's a mini game. It's actually not that hard. Okay. So 40 minutes, I'm losing my mind. I'm like, why doesn't this work? I go, wait a minute. What if I plug in my controller?
Stop.
I plug in my controller, get on the horse, done. I was like, I put the controller.
That's some deep coded bullshit right there.
I put the controller down, and I was like, because I was
timeout.
I was going to throw the controller.
Official timeout.
Yeah, I was going to throw the controller. I was like, how is this not working? Because I was following it. I'm like, this is not making sense. The thing's just going down, and then you get kicked off. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I was like, I'm freaking out.
That's some old school deep coding bullshit.
I plugged the goddamn controller in. Worked first time. I was like, motherfucker. So I haven't played since then.
The coded input for the Bluetooth doesn't understand that motion.
Yeah, it's delayed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's actually hilarious, bro. Because I know if I had bought the game, I would have stopped playing right there. I would have stopped playing.
Me talking about it, I'm getting a little heated. I was literally frustrated.
Is the sweat going down your back?
Yeah, I was frustrated.
That's how you know. That's how you know you have to stop playing when the sweat starts going down your back.
Because I was like
a bead of sweat. Not like you feel hot on your back. Like a bead of sweat is going down your back. So, like, I got to stop playing now.
So I pulled. So if you guys are taming anything in the game, just to give you a heads up, super easy if you're taming something, and this is what I did on all the other things. but the legendaries are harder to tame, right? You just push down on your right analog stick so the camera flips up, so you're at top down, and then just follow the tail, right? Just wherever the tail goes, you just move your, so it's easier. Because what happens is if you don't do that, fucking trees get in your way, the mountain gets in your way, all the camera.
So wait,
it's all,
you're trying to tame a horse as it's walking around?
yeah. So you like just like a Red Dead Redemption. If you were to tame a horse, he like bucks you and stuff like that.
Buck you? Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to jump on him, and then the mini game is take your left analog stick and just rotate wherever the tail is. So if the tail's down, you're down. If the tail's diagonal this way, you go diagonal that way. You just follow it.
That's so strange that the wireless doesn't work.
You just plug it in.
That's
so if anyone else is having this issue,
you should do a YouTube video just on that, bro. You should do a YouTube video just on that. On that.
No, you know what? Fuck them.
You don't want to.
I had to go.
You don't want to relive the moment. You don't want to help out millions of people.
No, they get to suffer just like I did. Yeah,
you're harsh.
You got to earn your stripes.
You're gonna let 10,000 people quit the game because of a horse mini game?
Let's be honest. It'll only be like 540 people watch my video anyway. So tough it out.
But you would have saved 10,000 people from quitting on a horse mini game.
I was so fucking frustrated. Next one, Crimson Desert Pearl Abyss CEO rules out paid DLC for Crimson Desert, bets on base game sales. So it sounds like,
what is this a picture of?
I don't know. It's Pearl Abyss's studio.
Yeah, so it's a sign that
it's just a sign of Pearl Abyss is where their head studio is. That's all. So apparently the guy, I gotta turn my fan on. I was just talking about the story. I got upset.
You in hot flash?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it probably says? It probably just says Pearl Abyss.
That's what I said. It says Pearl Abyss. It's the front of the studio.
No, but I'm saying the other language on the thing probably says Pearl Abyss.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It says Pearl Abyss. It's Pearl Abyss.
Well, they read from right to left. That's why it's different. I see the double letters on that one.
Anyway.
So, but that sign matches that one, so it can't be an S.
The business model is not paid DLC and just base game sales. So they're doing the No Man's Sky business model. It sounds like
Abyss.
He's still on the sign.
Is that an A? Yeah, that's an A there.
You want to do a translation? We can.
No. Well, can you? Do we have
I'm
AI?
sure you could.
We have a screenshot. We have an AI for that?
And then put it into Google, and then Google would look at it and then tell you what it says.
I think that would be fun. Not right now, but we should do that.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. You can do that in your own time.
Can't you just take a little screenshot?
I'm not going to do that. I got more tabs open and stuff like that. I'm not crashing the stream, so I can translate a sign that says Pearl Abyss.
I think we should do a poll.
All right, you can do the poll, but I'm still not doing it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this business model, Sarge? About the not paid DLC and just put more content in the game and then just have the base game sell as it is?
I'm gonna be dead ass serious. I don't care what the CEO says. As soon as the price thing starts to even out and they know that if they release the DLC, it'll revamp, it'll jumpstart the game again, they're doing the DLC. This game's got DLC written all over it. I know the CEO rules it out. I rule it out. But let's be honest, this is a game that is supposed to get a DLC, right? It's supposed to. That's what a game like this is. It gets a DLC.
What about if they add stuff like 1 or 2 times and then down the road they add DLC? What about they support it for like a year or 2 with non-paid DLCs? Oh, there you go. Should we translate the sign, type 1 or 2 in chat? Sarge, they can actually vote on the screen. They don't have to type 1 or 2. They should be able to vote on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit the wrong button? That's hilarious. It might say, I still think it says Pearl Abyss, but I'll find out later. Don't worry. I'm on the.
Do they have to type in 1? Do they have to type in the 1 to vote for 1? Is that how that works? Chat humor. Yeah. So you have to type in 1. 1. Yes. Okay. So 1 is yes. Right. There you go. Guess what, chat?
I did it right.
Yeah. Guess what, chat? I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it.
I'm not saying it right now. I didn't say night right now. They're letting us know to do it later.
Okay. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
We'll see what the poll is. Should we translate the sign?
Krebsy always going against the wind. I swear to God. You can never be a sailor, Krebsy. You're always against the wind. Running against the wind.
Well, 1 minus 1 from 2 is 1. So his vote's 1, not 3. So there you go. Um, next story. We'll keep that sign thing there, and maybe I'll do it later. What else we got here? Let's get into. I want to talk about. I want to talk about. I don't care about the 54% there. Let's talk about this one. All right, we got Star Wars Eclipse fate is uncertain. Okay, this is sort of like what we talked about and what you talked about in your rant and early on about the companies getting funded and stuff like that, right? So Star Wars Eclipse is the upcoming game from Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls developer Quantic Dream, and Quantic Dream is being published by NetEase. All right, so what happened is Quantic Dream has completed a good portion of the game so far, but sources told the site that the rest of it is not progressing as expected. Okay. Sources added that Quantic Dream held discussions with the studio owner, NetEase, about hiring more staff, but it did not happen. Okay. The report added that both Quantic Dream and NetEase are looking to Quantic Dream's free multiplayer game Spellcaster Chronicles to help bring in money to contribute ongoing funding of Star Wars Eclipse. Now, this is a major problem I think that's happening in the industry, Sarge, with a lot of companies. Again, these are people who are trying to buy a house with no money. Okay. So they're like, hey,
with no job.
Yeah, no job, no money, and they're trying to buy a house. These people are like, yeah, we'll take the Star Wars IP. We're gonna make this awesome game. Oh, we don't have any money? Okay, let's make a free-to-play game. And let's put the free-to-play game out there and see how much microtransactions we make for that. So then we can throw that money at the Eclipse game so we can finish it. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Right? If you're running a business and you're like, yeah, we're gonna make this game, but we're gonna make a second game to fund the first game. That's a terrible business model. Terrible business model. What is wrong about making a game, selling a game? Why did you bite off more than you could chew? You're like, hey guys, yeah, we'll take the Star Wars game. We got this in the bag. Put it in the
because money rains from the sky, bro. Like, you don't understand how the video game companies work. Money rains from the sky. They get a promoter into the room. They go, the gaming industry made $187 billion last year. You guys want to be part of that shit? Or do you want to sit in your hole? Right? Get some balls, make a game, let's go. Like, that's what they're doing to people. That's what they're doing.
It's so ridiculous to be. And this is not the first game to do this. There's another game that did this. That does the exact same thing. They're like, yeah, we're making a free-to-play game so we can fund the game that we're making.
That's okay. However, I still think that you have to know what they're doing.
But why don't you make the free-to-play game first? Make money off of that, then invest the money that you make from that game to then make your second game, not make your first game, then make a second game to fund your first game. And if that one fails, they both fail.
Because they want to jump the shark here, man. They have to get the money now. If I can make a trailer or a hype video and lie to a bunch of investors and get $100 million to start it off and then show them progress reports over the next 2 years in order to finish the fucking game, right? That's what they're going to do. Right. Otherwise, the normal route, especially in today's market, would be make a mobile game and then use that money.
Probably what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're going to do. It's exactly what they're going to do.
If the second game doesn't sell, then the first game is dead on arrival. You understand that? That's what I'm saying. They didn't have enough money for the first game, so they made a second game that's free to play so they can make microtransactions so they can make hopefully a boatload of money so they can then fund the first game. But if the second game fails, they don't do anything, well, then both games fail.
Well, but remember, they created this environment. They created the environment where loose money now is questioning everything that all the suits are doing because they've just pissed away money and years and have no product. So as a guy who's loaded with cash and wants to donate money to game studios, which I guess this must be the fairy godmother land that all these people have this much money to throw away. I don't know where the money comes from, but apparently they like to give it away to game studios. Doesn't sound like a great business model, but apparently that's where they're getting their money from. And in this climate, if I had money to burn, I don't think I would give it to a game developer. Call me crazy. Let them do their own.
Krebsy said, can we look at the Spellcaster Steam charts? We sure can, Krebsy. There it is. This is the game that's funding. This is the game that's funding the Eclipse game. Star Wars Eclipse is banking on this.
Yeah, this is strong, bro.
2 months, 888 people. Well, to be fair, though, it is better than Concord. It is better than Concord. They did do better than Concord.
You know what I'm thinking now? The number that they say there's 20,000 games a year. You know what I'm thinking that is though, bro? I think a lot of those are mobile games. A lot of that 18,000 is mobile games. I think I'm gonna have to go look up to see which percentage of games are coming out that are actually for console or PC. I don't think it's 20,000, like that kind of game. Maybe like 5. I think a lot of those are mobile games. I think the mobile market's flooded as fuck. I think the mobile market looks like the old gaming market from back in the 80s. Like that's the market's gonna crash.
It's ridiculous. Look, they should have asked them to team up with Slay the Spire, because Slay the Spire, this is the numbers you want.
Apparently
this is the numbers you want.
People like card roguelike. Right? I didn't know. I had no idea. I had no idea card roguelike was a win. Right? Like I know roguelike, but card roguelike is a win?
Roguelike, yeah.
Roguelike. That's what I said. Roguelike.
It sounds like you're saying road.
No, rogue.
Okay. Yeah, this is what they should have teamed up with.
Rooflin.
Yeah, it's
saying that word, Rooflin.
It's just funny, man. Like, yeah, good luck to you. Then we have No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky with another update, Sarge. Another update, and what they've done now is they've taken the entire Pokemon fan base and they've thrown them into No Man's Sky, because now you can collect creatures. You could collect creatures before, but now you can collect creatures. No throwing balls. You ask them nicely to join you. You're like, hey, you want to come and join my cockfighting ring? And they're like, okay. And then you take.
Would you like to jump into this trapezoid?
Right. So then they take that and then they put them on the table. So now you can play up against NPCs, or you can play against other people in the game, which I think is very smart in No Man's Sky, because now, because there's 18 quintillion planets and nobody's going to the 18 quintillion planets, they're like, well, now you can go to the 18 quintillion planets so you can find monsters to collect that you can bring back so you can play with them on the table. It's actually pretty smart to get people to go to look for other animals.
What does that have to do with getting people to go to a planet I don't care about?
Well,
to find a creature?
Yeah, because if people want to fight, they're gotta collect them all. Sorry,
I understand that, but what is the purpose of sending someone to a planet they don't want to go to begin with? Like, I don't understand that premise, right?
Because of the humans' reason for exploration. That's why.
No, I get that part. But what I'm saying is, you didn't need to make that an actual part of having to find the creatures. That I have to go to the planets I didn't give a shit about to find these animals now.
Well, you don't have to. What I'm saying is, like, you can find the creatures on the planets that you're already on, or the ones in your solar system. But now you would be like, oh, I wonder what else is out there. So you would go find a different animal to try to get them to fight in the ring.
Is it just a coincidence that the table they're playing on is the one from Star Wars?
That's exactly what my son said. I said the same thing. Yeah, they took the one from the Millennium Falcon and they put Pokemon and Star Wars together. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, to get the creatures. Yeah, to get more creatures. Like, think how cool that is, right? If you're a person that wants to collect, now it would really be cool if I could go find the creatures and then I could trade with people, and you could trade different animals with different people. That would be interesting. So someone that doesn't want to go trade for that stuff can go do it. I wonder what else they test for No Light, No Fire. Yeah, this is definitely all stuff that they're doing. Is we talked about this before, is testing for Light, No Fire. I think it's cool. It's something I'm not going to go back and play, but I think it's something that people have been, maybe they played for 1,000 hours and like, you know what, this game sucks. Oh wait, Pokemon, and then they come back and they play inside the game for Pokemon.
Don't dismiss the power of the Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon. Gotta collect them all. Oh, yeah, you gotta collect them all. Let's see.
Now, if they had a list of like 300 creatures, you bet your ass people would be traveling around.
Well, that's actually
you'd have to have a list though.
Maybe they do have a list.
Man, for some reason, guys don't like honeydew lists, but they love a fucking list to do for shit inside of a game. Yeah. Yep.
All right, what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna go chat. Was there anything that you guys saw that we have to watch the trailer for from the interactive, the Triple I Initiative showcase that happened this afternoon? Is there one that you guys would like to see? Obviously, I'm going to play Windrose because I'm fucking hyped about Windrose. Okay, comes out next week, early access.
You can sign up for that, or is it open?
No, it's a discounted rate, so maybe it'll be like $25, $30. I have no idea. Right?
It's console.
Give
or
the
is it
list.
PC?
Well, if you
Console or
already know,
PC?
Hero, if you watched it, I didn't watch it. I mean, I could give you a list, but it's a really long list. Hence why I'm asking you if there was something that stuck out that you would like to see.
Is it
Otherwise,
on PC or console?
if I went down the list, kind of defeats the purpose of me asking you. I would just actually, So I'm going to show you Windrose. Okay, Windrose showed off their trailer here, and hold on a second. My computer's like super.
Is Windrose
sluggy.
on PC only, or is it console?
Only on PC right now. Only on PC. All right, let me get this open. All right, let me bring this up. Stop that. Share screen. All right. Let me know if you guys. It's going to be playing music. So here you go.
It's a damn tough life. It's a damn tough life, full of toil and strife. Where man undergo. We don't give a damn when the game.
I put 15 hours into this this demo.
Come on. How soft the breeze of the tropical seas. Now the ice is far astern. And the native maids in the island glades are awaiting our return. Even our big black eyes look out, hoping some fine day to see. Our baggy sails running.
Look at the building in this. It's so intuitive. How much you could build.
Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic rock, rolling down to old Maui.
This was so good when I played the demo. The demo is still up. You guys can play the demo if you want. No paid advertisement or anything here. I'm just a fan. I have literally 14 and a half hours, 15 hours into the demo. I went back to the demo just so I could continue building my house. It's a demo. All right. I was sailing the seas and just killing ships over and over again to get supplies. Why? Because it's fun and it's a demo. Like my progress doesn't move over to what it is, right? It's what it is. Right. So I'm really looking forward to that. April 14th. It comes out to early access. Now listen to what it's got in the game. Okay. This is let me bring it up. All right. So this is what their QA, right? Early access. It's going to be a cheaper thing. It's going to be an early access for the next 1.5 to 2.5 years. Okay. So obviously if you're not interested in early access games, well, then you don't play any games because they're all early access. If they say early access or if they're full releases, they're early access, right? It says, what's in the current early access version? Early access version's got fully playable survival adventure with optional co-op, depending on various factors. The main story will take around 50 to 70 hours to complete. In the early access, it's got 50 to 70 hours. Okay. But there also may be very depending on the playstyle. In terms of content and features, early access version contains 3 biomes with unique main and side quests, crafting recipes, enemies, and bosses scattered across 30 procedurally generated islands with over 90 handcrafted points of interest, 3 playable ships, naval combat with boarding actions, fully functional building system with several distinctive building styles, crafting and upgrading character progression with stats and talents, armor, weapons, and equipment combinations. You got Tortuga Town, factions with also their quests, as well as basic reputation systems and NPC workers, right? This is an early access, by the way, right? That's what they have inside the early access. All right, I played Hightail, I'm playing Crimson Desert, and now I'm going to be playing this one when it comes out. I don't know if I'll be playing this one right when it comes out, probably, but I don't know if I'll be diving into it just because it is early access. And, maybe I'll catch up to stuff. Crimson Desert, I want to finish. I want to get that done. So I got to put another 100 hours to 200 hours into that game. But I'm very excited for Windrose to come out. So that's the game I'm excited for the most. Yeah, it looks like Skull and Bones, but it's actually good. Right? It's an actual good, and it's co-op. Like I can actually play with someone. I could get on the boat and off the boat, and I could build stuff, and it's a survival game. I love my survival games.
How long do you think they were developing this?
Well, this game was an MMO. Okay. So somewhere along the line,
know the story about MMOs.
Yep. Somewhere along the line, right? Wayfinder was an MMO, switch it to single player. Crimson Desert was an MMO, they switched it to single player. Now this, Windrose was an MMO. It was actually called Crosswinds.
Do you see a pattern forming?
It was called Crosswinds, and then they changed it to a single player / co-op survival game instead. So the base is there. I think, again, they're still far off, but it sounds like because it was an MMO, it's going to have that foundation like a Crimson Desert, where it feels like an MMO, but a single player MMO type of thing. You know what I mean? Like all the things that MMOs have, but now in a single player game.
But do you notice the pattern forming?
Sure. Yeah. But nobody likes single player games anymore. No one likes co-op single player games.
No, but it's like the brain damage has finally gotten to something important where you realize that you can't sustain all these MMOs. It's not possible. So if you want money and you want it up front, then you make a single player game and make it fun that they can actually play with their friends. And lo and behold, you'll have people who want to play your game.
Yeah. I think
weird how that works, right?
I think I remember seeing something. They had like over 1 million people wishlisted already. So
well, you're going to have the haters immediately say another pirate game.
Well, people already said it in the thing, right? Altern says playing Windrose with the community. Next video title for the next month. Yeah, pretty much. Facts. Right? I like playing games I like to play. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not like Tim the Tap Man, where I literally
my favorite part of the pirate era stuff is and it's not done always in movies, but it's done in a lot of video games, is the crazy way that things are just built. Like there's not a normal house.
Yeah.
It's a house suspended by ropes and nets between two chasms and a little walkway made of wood.
A little fantasy,
Right. It's yes. It's a little bit more on the fantasy side. I like that kind of decor. It's fun.
I love the pirate. You know what? What was that? What was that old show? Remember when Uncle Henry used to watch the old pirate? It's an old pirate. Was it Yellowbeard?
Was
movie? Yeah.
If it's a movie, it's Yellowbeard.
Yeah, it was Yellowbeard, right? For some reason, that is etched in my head, right?
I love Yellowbeard.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for it on DVD.
I think that is why I like pirates so much. From watching that stuff when I was a kid.
Well, that Ice Pirates and the Goonies.
Ice Pirates, yeah. I love that. Even Goonies have that little pirate, in there. I love the pirates. I love westerns. I love pirates. Right. So this is right up my alley. I'm excited about this. Let me see what else is going on here in interactive. I know we could show this one because we're big Vampire Survivor fans, and Sarge is a big 40K fan. Well, I have a treat for you, Sarge. I know you already know about it, but this is right up your alley. Let me actually,
is it on Game Pass or PC?
This is going to be on Xbox as well. I don't know if it's on, but it's definitely going to be on consoles as well. So this is Warhammer Survivor. It's Vampire Survivor, right? It's Vampire Survivor, but with Warhammer. Okay. So there you go.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
And look,
they are jumping all over the bandwagon, bro.
If a game works,
you
might as well put an IP on it that makes it even better.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. But bro, Vampire Survivors is just a crappy fucking indie game, right?
Could they do better graphics? No, that's the charm. The charm is the graphics. The selling point is 40K.
Oh, look at the size of that, dude. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Sarge is
Little-
all about this. This
little-
is literally
little-
just Vampire Survivor, but with
little
with-
puny Imperial Guard. It's just for fucking fun, right?
Yeah.
But
How many
okay,
consoles.
okay, but let's remember, guys, for those of you who are alive long enough, you understand that if they find a game that sells well that nobody knew about, they try to put IPs on top of it in order to copycat it so they can get some revenue off the momentum of that game. So here you are. 40K has been up in the popularity, right? Dark Alliance has been out for a while. The Vermintide series, right? Now we got Dawn of War 4 coming out. Like, the momentum is building for the IP, so they're just trying to get it from all angles. That's what it is. This is old school. This old school marketing, right? I'm not sure. I haven't looked it up, but is Total War supposed to come out like next month? Someone told me next month, and I don't think that's true. I think it's just maybe like a beta, maybe. I don't think it's coming out. Maybe I got the wrong information, but someone told me next month.
Is it Total War Warhammer 40K?
Total. No. It's Dawn of War 4, but it's made by the guys from Total War. It's Dawn of War 4. Or is it Total War? It's not Total War 4.
It just says release 2026. It doesn't say when it's coming.
Doesn't
out.
say. Okay.
No official. It just says 2026. It could come out next month, but no, nothing.
I mean, here's hoping. I'm still weighing out the mechanics of the game in my head, and it's 50-50. Right now, it's 50-50. It can go either way.
All right. We'll do a little slow scroll here, and you guys let me know if you want to see a trailer or not. Prove You're Human. Okay, we got Prove You're Human. We have the Alka Heist. Okay, Alka Heist. We have Lost Railway. Okay, it looks like a 4-player game.
It's friend swap.
Yeah. We have Karen, which I know the game is good. I played the demo. It's a very good rock climbing game.
Cliffhanger.
But
yeah.
Terrible name, especially in this day and age. You don't want to name a game called Karen, right? There's that other Karen game where you're a white woman going around, yelling at people. That's another game called Karen.
Castlevania.
We have Belmont's Curse. Okay, we have Spacecraft. Spacecraft, I think it looks exactly like what not Minecraft, No Man's Sky, but just different types of graphics. Yeah.
Spacecraft, yeah.
We have the Rift of the Necrodancer, Undertale. It's a music pack.
So basically space stripper. Okay.
We have Thick as Thieves. Okay. I don't know what any of these are, so if you guys see these on. We have Rome Steady. Rome Stead. We have Super Battle Golf. What is this? This is I feel like
I think we can all agree we want to see the space stripper. I think the space stripper is probably the best winner.
Space stripper. Let me see this one for a second. Is this like a battle royale?
Racist.
Oh, you're actually fighting each other on the golf. You're attacking each other while trying to hit a golf ball. Got it.
Interesting.
I think this would be a friend slop game, right?
I'm not sure if it's friend slop. I think this might be very competitive. Super battle.
There you go. Xbox console summer. It's coming out
interesting.
In the console.
Interesting.
Okay, so we have that'll be a Game Pass game. We got Frost Trail. Oh, we watched this. This is that train, one of those train survival game type of thing.
Like Snowpiercer, or video game. Snowpiercer, the video game.
Much. Crop World premiere trailer. This has got to be like this is a one to. Scheduled.
It was really called Crap, but they changed the letter because people wouldn't want to buy crap. People didn't want to buy crap. They'll buy crop though.
11 Byte Studios presents. Okay. Is it a farm sim or you growing pot?
No,
what are we
he's
growing
burying
here?
a body. He's burying a body.
He's doing something.
He buried a body. Now he's putting plants on top.
Fertilizing it. He needs to kill people to fertilize his crops. Is that what he's doing?
I mean, otherwise this looks like a Stardew Valley, just more graphics. Why is he wearing a hoodie?
It's raining.
Yeah, but he put a dead body in the garden.
What is happening here? I don't
know, man. I don't like
I
to
don't know.
work. I don't like to work so hard
20
in a video game.
20,000 games. Remember that, chat. 20,000 games.
It does look like a Dexter sim. I mean, was
Yeah.
that car backing up into a pool of blood? The last scene there was a car backing up into
Yeah.
a pool of blood.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Windrose is being published by Pocket Pair, which is the same people that made Palworld. Palworld made so much money.
They found a place to put their money.
They said we need to invest our money, so that's what they did.
They found a place to
This
put their
game
money.
actually, you guys know I love SnowRunners, right? So SnowRunners, this is sort of like a SnowRunners type game. It's called Over the Hill, right? This is a car game, but it's also a co-op type of game. And what you do is you explore in this like top down. I saw this a couple months ago. So
Somewhere in the
you
middle
just
of Algeria.
Yeah, you just get to travel and go, like, you just explore. I like games like this. I love SnowRunners and stuff like that. So you have to try to figure out stuff and get across, and I can see us playing this and Sarge breaking a controller.
Breaking control.
100%. Yeah. There it is. It's me, you, and my son, right? But my son's in the front because he has to lead, right?
Doing nothing. He's in the
That's
front
right.
doing nothing.
He's in the front doing nothing. That's what he does best.
Waiting for the road to be built for him.
That's what he does best. All right, we have that. We have Star Seeker, which is like a 4-player. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. You got Star Seeker, which is like a 4-player. It almost reminds me of the what's that astronaut game? Astroneer, I think it was called Astroneer. That's what this reminds me of. Yeah, Astroneer Expedition. So it's the same people. So it is.
This doesn't count as friend slop, though, right? It looks like. Is it interesting? Go see the trailer for that one. Go back.
This one.
Click on that one.
Yeah. This is. You ever play Astroneer? I think you did. I think you played it with
don't say friend slop. Let's see what it is.
I didn't say it. I didn't say that. Yeah, so this is the same people that made Astroneer. It's just a 4-player co-op. Exploration, go around. Astroneer was co-op, wasn't it? Yeah, Astroneer was co-op because I played with my son. So is this just like a bigger version of that game? Yeah, this is 100%.
It's friend slop.
Yeah, this is 100% friend slop.
It's friend slop.
100%.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just
no.
Okay, I'll turn. Okay.
Shift at midnight. What is this? This is some sort of horror game.
This is called Zombie Become Human.
It's a first person. Oh yeah, you play with friends.
Oh,
yeah, this is friend slop.
We're hiding out in a gas station, and I'm working here, but the zombies come.
Yeah, those graphics are terrible. Yeah, I can't do that.
But somebody's trying, bro. You have
Sure.
to support them.
I'm sure this will be fun on Twitch.
You have to walk by this guy's house and just throw money at him. Nice job.
All right, let's go to the next one. Dead as Disco. All right,
I mean,
let's see what it is.
I don't even think the Z's know what disco is, bro.
The
it's a
Z's?
fighting
You talking
game.
about Generation Z?
Yeah, I don't even know what disco is. Yeah, Dead as Disco. Like, so are you fighting with disco music? To the beat. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Definitely not disco music. It's just music.
It's just okay.
Like a disco, a dance club, like you're fighting in a dance club.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because the music doesn't
defeat the idols. Interesting.
All right.
The hits keep on. Interesting take on a fighting game. Don't play the
What
music.
the fuck is this? That is the worst. That is the worst font I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't tell what an A or an R is, And there's way too many A's and R's.
Borrow trauma.
Is that borrowed? Okay. Is that an O or a D?
Borrow trauma.
Bar trauma?
Borrow trauma.
All right, let's see what this is. The worst fucking.
No, it's an expansion. This game's already out, bro. This is an expansion.
Oh, is this an expansion? Well, whatever. The font is terrible.
This is borrow.
Oh, this is like it's like Fallout
Shelter.
Fallout Shelter. Thank you.
Actually, it kind of reminds me of Impossible Mission from way back in the day. You get to build a level.
This is like a Sarge game. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, are you in a submarine? Is that what this is? Yeah, you're in a ship.
You're in a submarine. Yep.
Oh, and then you dock with the station. Interesting.
Yeah, this definitely looks like we would have 100% played this when we were younger. 100%.
Interesting. What kind of mechanics is this? Fight against. Interesting. It's got a little bit of that xenophobe in here, right?
Home and Harbor expansion. There you go.
It's a little bit like xenophobe, right?
A little bit. I used to like that game.
That was like one of the first 3-player cooperative games.
Let's see what else we got here. Solar Punk. I don't even have to look at that. That's a farming like cozy game. We already saw the Warhammer 40K. Everwind, I played it. It's cool. It's like a Minecraft, Roadblocks, Hightail type of game. You build like different flying machines. You go around the world and you have to keep, supplying stuff to it.
Away team.
This looks like a away team. Oxygen not included. Is
it a farce against Star Trek?
Let's see. Oh, that's the actual game graphics, not a trailer.
Interesting.
This is like hand drawn. Yeah, it looks like it's hand drawn.
There it is. There it is. Now we're in the game.
Yeah, it's still the graphics of it, the art style. Interesting. It almost reminds me of Powderpuff Girls.
Same animation.
Yeah, same
animation. Powderpuff Girls. Yeah.
Valor Mortis. This seems like it'd be one of those games. It's like a Souls-like game.
What's this? And can I play it on the toilet? Can my phone run it? Oh God, is it like a Diablo? What is it?
I'm gonna say it's like a Souls. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna say this is like a Souls-like game or something.
He's coming back from the dead because he's cursed and he's got to figure a way to get off to stop.
Oh, it's first person. Okay.
So
going up against zombies here.
Old school swords with zombie, first person. Oh, he's got a flintlock gun. Okay. Interesting.
Time period of George Washington and stuff. Interesting. Oh, do you take the powers of different people? Well, this looks interesting.
This reminds me of like old school Doom with a story. Right?
Yeah, it's like Doom meets 1886 or something.
Yeah, the 1700s or something, yeah. Ooh.
I like that it's like first person.
Interesting. This could be a toilet game. You can play this on the toilet. Can I play it on my phone? Am I playing this on my phone? What's happening?
You could probably get a Steam Deck and play it on the toilet or something, but
yeah, you can play this on the handheld, right?
Yeah. Well, it's going to Xbox and PlayStation. Sorry, it's not coming to Nintendo, so you can't play it on the toilet. I mean, technically, you can still play on the toilet, but long gone. I'm gonna skip over that. Temtem Pioneers. This is a Pokemon type of thing, right? I would assume, right? Temtem. Brotato. Oh, Brotato. This is another survive. This is another Vampire Survivor. You ever played? You played Potato, yeah.
Yes, I played it.
This is a 4-player, 3-player, 4-player. This game looks interesting. It's a West game, like a Wild West game, but it's also like your robots.
Fall
I think
West.
it's like a roguelike. I think this is a roguelike, if I'm not mistaken.
Fall West.
Yeah, I think this is I don't know if it's a roguelike.
Is it Extraction water? You said it's Extraction? It looks like Sea of Thieves, but on land, is what it looks like. It looks exactly to me like Sea of Thieves, but on land.
It does kind of look like Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
Yeah.
You played this water?
Hero, you're gonna get a turn-based Star Wars game. It's coming out. It's like an XCOM game.
It's telling you what it is. Here you go. It's a horde shooter, fast-paced, spooky Western bounty hunters. There you go.
Okay.
It does seem like a Sea of Thieves, but in the Western time.
Yep. So Sea of Thieves meets Helldivers on land.
Yeah, early access the 28th of April. So it looks like
That's
it's only
around the
PC
corner,
right now.
man. It's around the corner.
So it seems like that's coming out soon. Graveyard Keeper 2. We've got we were here tomorrow. Okay, this Friend Slop. Is this Friend Slop?
Justin jumps right in. Justin said Friend Slop.
Well, I don't think I think that's the last game he's talking about. We got here.
Total Mayhem Games.
Ultra says probably. Yeah, it's probably. Well, it's co-op. It definitely looks co-op. So it doesn't qualify. Oh, it's a puzzle. It doesn't qualify as Friend Slop because it's only 2 players. Is that how that works?
Is 2-player not Friend Slop? I thought 2-player was also Friend Slop.
I think you have to have more people to have like 3 to 4 players to be Friend Slop. Is that?
Well, is it Friends Slop or Friend Slop?
Friends Slop, I think. I think it's plural, right? This is just a it's a puzzle solving game. It's a puzzle solving. It's like a low budget split fiction.
Wasn't Adam Fall?
They literally use the Battle Cats font here.
That's Thundercats.
Thundercats, sorry, Battle Cats. Why did I say? I was thinking of He-Man, Battle Cat.
Yeah, that's the Thundercats font for sure.
Thundercats font, yeah. Oh shit! I closed the wrong one. God damn it! I gotta go back. Son of a. Give me 1 second.
Friend Slop. I mean, I thought we wanted multiplayer games. Why is every multiplayer game Friend Slop? Is it because it looks like Fortnite? It's Friend Slop. Is that what it is? So if it was multiplayer,
I think it's games that are just
multiplayer, but doesn't look like Fortnite, then it's not Friend Slop.
I'm not really sure what Friend Slop qualifies as. I'll be honest with you. I learned about Friend Slop 3 weeks ago. So
I thought Friend Slop is just basically.
I used to call that co-op games.
It's a decent. It's just a whatever game. It's not like a really important game. That's Slop. I get it. You just made a game with 4 people in it. That I get.
Did you say Alabaster Dawn? Someone said Alabaster Dawn. Is that a game that you guys wanted to see?
But do you care, Krebsy? Do you care enough about that game to go back? Or is my 6-month time frame on the money? What's this?
What is this? Pass
What
every
is
trial.
this?
So it's a puzzle.
What we got here?
Sort of like a Final Fantasy, old school Final Fantasy Zelda type of game.
This looks like a combination between Phantasy Star and Final Fantasy. Witness Society.
That's cool.
Develop. Okay. Someone was saying Alabaster Dawn for a while in chat. Who was that? Was that you, Water, or was that Altern? Someone was saying Alabaster something for like a while.
Yeah.
This looks like a toilet game on my phone. Is that on my phone? Alabaster Dawn on my phone. Is that how that works? That looks like a phone game. Is that a phone game?
My computer's like freaking out. I gotta.
That definitely looks like a phone game. Am I wrong on that?
We've completely locked up. We've completely locked up. I can't do anything. Give us a second, chat.
You've reached the full building capacity of your settlement. You have to do the little trick now where you have to sell.
There we go. We're back. We're back. All right. Let's get to some Q&A while we go over a little bit of other stories real fast. If you guys have a question, put it in chat, and then we will mark it, bring it down. You can ask us anything. We don't have to answer your questions, but
no. Game related, easy. Don't open up the floodgates here. Game related.
There's a lot of other games that were on this list that go check out the list. So lots of other games there. A lot of cool games, I think. Again, I'm in for Windrose. Windrose is the game that I'm looking forward to the most, and it comes out next week, which I'm super excited about. Well, early access anyway. While we're waiting for questions, Super Mario becomes the only animated movie series to open globally at more than $350 million twice. Right? Galaxy took in $372.5 million globally, the fifth biggest opening weekend of all time for Universal. A 5-day opening weekend estimates the Super Mario Galaxy movie are in, and it looks like another blockbuster for Universal and Illuminations. So it's reported in which had a $110 million budget, blew by that. So now everything else basically after the $375 million is basically profit. So it's predicted the film didn't quite manage to overtake its predecessor of Super Mario Brothers movie, but it wasn't far behind. The first film grossed $387.8 million globally over the same period of time. And the result means that Super Mario is the first ever animated film franchise to have two titles that are global opening weekend more than 350, which is kind of surprising because I would think that Toy Story would have done that, right? I guess that's maybe if you go back to inflation or whatnot, right? So there you go. So the Mario movie doing very well. We have a Mass Effect.
Does the Mario movie open on Easter weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mass Effect TV show ordered to rewrite scripts and make them more appealing to non-gamers. This is the most idiotic thing I think I have to see by
the script for the video game is a movie,
right?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, just adapt the script.
What do you have to make appeal? It's a sci-fi story. What do you need to make it more interesting so what you're saying is not to non-gamers, to non-sci-fi people, right? Because what are you talking about?
Right. If first of all, Mass Effect's a game. So if you know about the game, you're already a fan of Mass Effect. So if I'm a fan of Mass Effect, I'm like, hey, they're making a TV show. Man, I can't wait to watch Shepard on the screen.
You like sci-fi,
right? And now they're like, no, we need to appeal to the non-gamers. The game itself would appeal to non-gamers if you just took the story and made it into a show.
You can take the exact
script
of the video game of Mass Effect
and move it over
and make a movie out of it.
Yep, 100%.
You could do a trilogy, 1, 2, and 3 already written.
Yep, just adapt it to the television. That's it.
It's already written. What are we talking about?
They can't do it, Sarge.
You know what they mean to say is they can't stretch out the story for episodic viewing, so they have to just make shit up and ruin the series. That's basically what they're telling you. We don't know how to write, so in order for the DEI hires that we hired to write the stories, they have to make shit up and stretch everything out. That's how we're going to do this. Just get rid of these people. Just get rid of them. If you can't write, just get rid of them. It's okay. Not everyone's a writer. It's okay.
The next one we got before we start asking questions or answering questions, Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders advised to vote against David Zaslav and $550 million plus golden parachute windfall payout from Paramount deal.
Of course you should. Why would he get it? How do you think that you earned that? What are we talking about?
Because he made the deal.
Oh my God, dude. Please. These, it doesn't matter what these guys do, man. You could set fire to your own studio. They're just like, I burnt the studio down. Got paid.
Yeah.
Fucking mental, man.
Right. And then
I love how the shareholders have to vote if someone gets a giant chunk of money that should go to them, and then they say yes to it. Why? Why would you say yes to that?
well, this one doesn't want to load. All right, I guess we're not doing that one.
That's probably what they settled on, Krebsy. I'm sure it started at 850 because he needs $1 billion.
Let's see if it says it in here.
Yeah, one guy who made a decision, yes or no, deserves almost $1 billion. That's how Hollywood works now. You didn't know that?
It says in the SEC disclosure, Warner Bros. Discovery put a top value of $886.8 million on Zaslav's golden parachute payout. However, this includes the WB's Discovery estimate of $335.4 million to Zaslav's tax reimbursement, which significantly declined with the passage of time. For example, if Paramount Warner Bros. Discovery closing were to occur in 2027, no tax reimbursement payment would be expected to be made by Zaslav. The executive package also includes $34.2 million in cash, severance, and an estimated $517.2 million in equity in a combined company.
It's fucking disgusting, bro.
The value disclosed in the golden parachute table for Zaslav is over $886 million.
What are we talking about, bro? You guys have brain damage. Your shareholders got brain damage.
So, and mind you, soon as he sells it, do you know how many people are going to lose their jobs? So many people are losing their jobs soon as Paramount takes over WB Discovery.
Yeah, that's how it works. So I sell the company, I get a big chunk of money, and all the people are that I fire. What are you guys doing? How do you function? Let's give an individual almost $1 billion because he said yes to a deal. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, hold on a second.
It's absurd, bro. It's absurd.
Here you go, Sarge. This is what it means. The text
John,
of the image
John translated for us.
Is Korean and English, translated into English as follows: Perlibis Co. Ltd. General Meeting and Shareholders.
Yeah. John did it.
Well, I understand that you wanted me to do it, so I did. I just did it. I took.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there it is.
Sweet.
Even though I told you it said Perlibis.
John, it happened right after. John did the translation. He sent it in.
Okay. I didn't see it. All right, let's go to some Q&A here real quick. Again, Eclipse, thank you very much for the earlier $20 super chat. We got Krebsy. Says, how's the Mario movie performing? Did you see it yet? I did see it, and we just went over that. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I thought the movie was very entertaining. Like, it's nonstop, man. It's just go, 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 go from the beginning to end.
Is it like a Lego movie?
No, there's a story on Lego Movie.
There's no story in this?
It starts off with the story of Princess Peach, and like that's her story. But then they also have other side stories and other characters they added. So they just constantly throw people in. Like I said, it's very entertaining.
So there's no premise to the movie?
There is, but it's not the sole premise. There's like 4 stories being told.
Bro, there's no writers. There's no writers.
It literally is.
There's no writers.
If you watch,
how do you have a movie without a story?
If you watch Fake Wizards talk about it, it's literally a commercial, which is, I guess, fine. Like when we grew up, we had plenty of commercials for television shows and stuff. Like G.I. Joe,
it's a cereal now.
Yeah, all that stuff was it, right? It's entertaining, but there's really no story. They could have made a really good story, but they chose to just put, entertainment stuff. They threw Yoshi in there. They threw Star Fox in there. They threw in there's so many different characters.
There's no story.
No, it's basically what Doomsday is going to be. No story, just a bunch of characters that's in there. Hopefully, it's as entertaining as Mario.
It's horrible.
Next question is: speaking of Mario, did you see that the articles of Kotaku wants to bang Star Fox and for Bowser to be bi. Why can't we just get a Mario movie? I didn't see that.
We're not going to use is it GameSpy, IGN, or Kotaku as any references anymore.
I didn't see that Kotaku wanted to bang Star Fox. Like,
yeah, we're not using any of those guys as any kind of references anymore. If their name comes up, we're basically just ignoring them because they don't deserve to be existing anymore. I'm calling it now. I'm canceling them. I don't want to hear about their garbage anymore. It's trash. It's trash.
I don't even know how you write an article like that. Just watch the movie. Altered says, can you survive this year just on survival games? Hightail, Windrose, Enshrouded, Dragon Wild, Pal World. Yeah, 100%. I could literally, you sprinkle in me playing first of all, Roadcraft's open world game. Still playing that. I'm playing that, right? We got Hightail playing that. We got Crimson Desert playing that. And then Windrose comes out. I'm good. The last game that comes out at the end of the year, if it's Grand Theft Auto 6, it's another open world game. I mean, I'm good. I don't really need to buy any other type of game. I'm good with these smaller games that I have. Hightail is $25. Windrose is probably going to be $25. I paid $27.98 for Crimson Desert, which is a fucking steal because of my gift cards that I had or Microsoft points, right? So that's a steal. So I'm good. I don't have to worry about anything else. Krebsy says, what is the sweet spot for time played? Someone plays 4 hours and people say not long enough, but then they play 160 hours. And this is why play a game.
Whatever fits the narrative.
That long.
Whatever fits the narrative.
Well, I have a question. Do you need to play a game 160 hours to say it's bad? Do you watch 10 seasons of Smallville just to say that the series was bad once you hit 10th season? Like, you could say like seasons 1 through 5 or 6 are good, 7, 8, 9 weren't good, but the whole series wouldn't be bad. You'd be like, I would just watch the first 5 seasons, right? You get something good out of it. To say I played 160 hours and the game is trash, as the guy said, that just seems a little ridiculous. Now, if you play 4 hours and also say the game is trash, I mean, that's your process, but obviously you didn't play the game long enough. You just said it's not for me.
But that's what he's saying. What's long enough?
Each their own. You could say it's trash at 160. It's better if you say it's trash at 4 hours, to be honest, because then you wouldn't waste your time playing for 160. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, if you play 160 hours, you don't think the game is trash.
No, you play 160 hours because you want it to be something that it's not.
Right, but it wouldn't be trash. You've enjoyed something.
No, you were waiting for it. You were waiting for it to be something that it's not.
Correct.
Then you called it trash.
Yeah, but my point is, if you watch a TV series and you watched for 10 seasons and you said, well, the first 5 seasons were good. In 160 hours, you could be like, this is good, this is good, this is good. The game is not trash. You put 160 hours in. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I would probably use some kind of math formula. How many years you've been playing video games to what games you've been playing. New people don't know. They probably need 10 hours. People who play games like that before, 4 hours is enough. You know what I mean? Like that's how I would look at it. Your experience in video games would dictate how long you have to play something before you realize you've been fucked or it's a good game.
So it's your first game ever. You put 160 hours in, then you said it was bad. That's okay. But if you're a 10-year gamer and you put 160 hours in, you're just a bad gamer then?
I'm not saying you're a bad gamer. I'm saying you would know before 160 hours. That's for damn sure.
Right. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is if you played that long, it's not just as simple or black and white as this game is trash. You would like certain things in it and something didn't work out for you. I would assume the pros were better than the cons, hence why you put 160 hours in. If you put 4 hours in...
I mean, let's put it this way. Why don't I bring in the old school thermometer, right? If I rented a game and I returned it within how long?
2 hours.
Was 2 hours? 3 hours? Yeah. So in 2 or 3 hours, you'd have figured out if the game was good or not in order to get a refund.
Yeah.
There we go. There's your litmus test. You got 2 hours to figure it out. You don't like it? You get a refund? That's cool. Otherwise, the game's yours.
Alton says, after watching 100 episodes of GXG, can I give a review and say it's bad? but I'm still going to watch the next 100 episodes. By the way,
Yes, you can.
There
You're
you go.
allowed.
Yeah.
You're allowed. I say the show's bad all the time. He tells me to stop, but if it's a bad show, I let him know.
I never said stop. I don't care if people think it's bad or good. You just do what
No,
you
no,
want.
I think. I don't care what they think. I'm the one who has to like myself.
Next one, Altern says, do you think Fable will be as deep as Crimson Desert, or do you think it will strip something out of the game and make a deadline?
I thought, first of all, I don't think you can compare them because
I'm
you are literally going to say Western versus Eastern.
Well, I would not compare Fable. I said earlier that it's going to be compared to the wide open world there. I personally would compare it to the other Fables, not other games that are not Fable. So if it comes to as open world as the past Fables and you can do stuff like, for instance, people that have never played Fable before, someone put a screenshot or a video up of walking up to a guy and saying you raised his rent and he says you're evil or whatever. And people are like, this looks boring. That is Fable. Fable has always been where you could kick people out of their houses, raise the rent, buy their houses, kick them out, whatever. That's part of the game. So people that comment that and say, why would I want to do this in a video game? They've never played another Fable before because you could literally do all of that in Fable. So as long as they keep Fable to Fable, I'll compare it to Fable. I will not compare it to Skyrim or Crimson Desert or anything like that personally. But there will be people that compare the open world to the other open world things that are out there.
Absolutely.
Krabsy says, did you cover the stuff of the former Halo art director said about the not 343 claims Microsoft HR just fires anyone who complains? We talked about that earlier in the week, and I'll be honest, I'm just tired of talking about fucking companies that are just they're their own.
They
their
don't
own
know.
worst enemy.
They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Period.
I just stopped caring. I'll be honest.
You have an infinite universe of topics and stories you can tell with the Halo universe, and they don't know what to make. They don't know. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to even come up with a story. No writers, no imagination. You made an entire studio of just Halo. Nobody.
Right.
They're all walking around looking at each other.
Yeah,
right. They're all walking around looking at each other. What do you guys want to do? What do you mean? You have an entire studio just for this.
Take a field trip. Take a field trip outside.
Go to the bookstore, get all the Halo books that's been
Take a
written over the last 25 years, and fucking look at something.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
They're like, hey, I want everyone to come with me. They walk outside the front of the building, and the guy just points at the sign and says, "We're making Halo."
Right.
That's what we're doing at the Halo
There's
studio.
a fucking warthog in the driveway. What do you mean? What are we doing?
I just don't know what to do with Halo. Krebsy says, did you see the Italian court ordered Netflix to compensate users on Netflix raising prices? Could this snowball into something bigger for consumers? Overseas, yes, not in the United States.
European stuff is different.
Yeah, not in the United States.
Our lawyers will battle it out to the end, but the same system doesn't work over there in Europe. They don't put up with any bullshit. If we had the same rules and regulations as Europe does over here, lawyers would be out of a job. Honest to God, a lot of lawyers would be out of a job.
I mean, good for them overseas.
Yeah.
But
it's a good thing.
For us, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm thinking about canceling Netflix because I'm tired of them fucking raising the price. I'm done.
Let them drown. But does anyone remember we had cable TV? I don't understand. We used to brag about how many cable stations we got. I got 50. I got 100. I got 150. I got 250 plus the HDs. Everyone wants to pay like 18 different subscription models. Why?
If anything, what I'm going to do, let's say I want to watch Amazon, Netflix, Disney Plus, and I don't know, Paramount. One a quarter. So Netflix quarter 1, okay? And I'll catch up on stuff that I want to watch for that one time, right? Quarter 2, right? Paramount, I'll watch whatever I want there. Quarter 3 is something else. And that way I'm only paying for one service for 3 months, and then that's it. And move on. Because I'm so tired of paying for this, paying for that, paying for this, paying for that. Oh, by the way, we got to keep the lights on. It's $24.99 now. We got to keep the lights on. It's $27.99 now. It's $30 now. Like, no, I'm good.
Let them bankrupt themselves, bro. Eventually, they're gonna have to want to be on a cable station so they can show their fucking content. Just let it go, man. Just let it go. Let all these fuckers drown, man. They're so. How greedy are you to think that you want to start your own streaming service with your own product? Meanwhile, you have nothing to anchor it with.
and nobody cares. You don't have enough. Your greed was your own undoing. I don't get it. Everybody was fine. Everyone was fine when everyone was on cable. Everyone was fine. You got to put your show on a channel. The commercials paid for your show. Everyone got a job. Nope. I want to make more money. More money. Good. Yeah. And this is where we are. Keep raising it. Please keep raising it.
We actually did something like that before, just enough where like we had Disney Plus when it first came out and they were giving it for like super cheap. So my wife picked it up for like 2 years because of that price. And then we did it again for, I want to say, I think it was Apple TV. Like this is like a year ago. They were doing like some super low price. So you got it. Yeah, I'm tired. And then they're raising the price and they also put fucking ads in. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Give me money and watch commercials. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Next one. Altern says, will you be playing any of the Friend Slop games we just watched?
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, at least one.
Maybe
one of them.
I don't know which one, but probably one. I'm definitely playing Windrose. Is that Friend Slop because it's 3-player co-op? I mean, I don't know.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what
your what clarifies the Friend Slop? Is it graphics? Is the amount of people you're playing with? Is it got to be pointless and you're just stupid running around doing stupid things? Like what is that? Next one. Did you know that Dune Awakening is removing mandatory PvP from Deep Desert? I did not know that.
Weird.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
But didn't we talk about that a long time ago when we started?
What a surprise.
Huh. I think we talked about that, didn't we? I would have to go back to those shows and talk about it. I did not. I have to go back and play the DLCs. I do. I have to go play the story. I don't even care about the PvP stuff or the endgame stuff. I just wanted to play the story. I got to go back and play that. Look, once I'm done playing Crimson Desert and once I'm done playing Windrose, maybe I'll go back.
Yeah, you'll fit it in between 2032 and 2035. You'll fit it right in.
We'll book it in there. And Eric Jones says, how many units will Starfield sell on PlayStation 5? I'm going to say...
I want to know.
I'm going to say about between 2 and 3 million. I think 2 and 3 million.
After all the shit talk for Starfield, after all this time, you think PlayStation guys are going to... 2 million people are going to buy this PlayStation or buy
Yeah,
Starfield?
I think 2 to 3 million people will buy Starfield.
Bro, you have more faith in these people than I do.
No, because you're talking about two different fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
You're
talking about the ones that thought it was garbage.
Yeah,
that's all they kept saying. All they kept saying it was garbage the whole time.
Yeah, they're not going to buy it. Then there's the people that see it and go, "Oh, Starfield, they'll buy it." I think 2 to 3 million people will buy it on PlayStation.
800,000 copies.
Okay. Yeah, because they're two different people. They're not the same. Let's see. Krebsy says, now owning these sub-services make it so that you can't sue the companies even if one of the loved ones dies and cough, cough, Disney. Yeah, remember that? That's crazy. Just Enough says, when does Netflix get ads? I don't know when they get ads. I know Amazon's got ads going on. Netflix has I think a smaller tier with ads. They're coming out, I think, in the summertime, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not exactly sure about that.
Does anyone else remember why normal television and cable stations had commercials? Does anyone remember why? I mean, I know it's just fucking, we're just talking crazy shit right now, right?
Does Netflix have the ad tier? I thought they didn't have the ad tier. They were doing a free ad tier, wasn't there? Or a $7 ad tier? I forget what it was. Dune Awakening's also adding self-hosted servers. Oh, that's good. The shit talkers are the real players. No, the shit talkers are the people that are going to buy it anyway. It's the normies.
I'm waiting. I'll wait till Monday. I want to see all the people that ran out to buy Starfield on their PlayStations. I know Travis is playing it. So besides Travis, I want to see what the news stories are going to be next week because all the PlayStation guys get to play Starfield now.
Yeah, I think overall, I'll be honest. I've been so into Crimson Desert. When I went to go, I put on Starfield, went back into Starfield just to see the update. I didn't even know how to use the menu system. My brain was so intact with Crimson Desert. I didn't know what to do. I was like, you know what? I'll just do this later. I wanted to go play because I have the edition that I got from, because remember I got Starfield from the developer, like when it first came out, and they gave me the enhanced edition or whatever the fuck it was, so all the DLC was included. So I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I have it. So I have the Terra Armada DLC, but I just don't care to play. I mean, I put 246 hours into it. Like, if I never played Starfield again, I'm okay, because I enjoyed my time with the game that I played. I don't need to go back in. Shattered Space was okay. We played that for 8-9 hours, and then this one's shorter than that. I think it's like 4 hours. You can do it the whole thing, 4 or 5 hours. I think you're done with the DLC. Let's see here. Starfield's game of the year because it's on PlayStation 5 and equals good. Yeah, that's how people are, though. A lot of people that talk shit will either not tell you they're playing it, but they'll play it. Same type of people that told you that Game Pass is bad. They hate Game Pass, but at the same time, when Game Pass raised the price to $30, they said they were canceling their Game Pass. You see what I'm saying? These are the same type of people that say this is bad, but they have to cancel their Game Pass because now it's getting too expensive for them, even though they said Game Pass is bad, but yet they were still paying for it. Like, go figure. Krebsy says, I don't know anyone playing or hear about anyone playing Starfield. Yeah, because Starfield, it already came out. Like PC's not going to go back. Xbox not really going to go back. There's other games. They've already played the game. They've already put 200 hours in. They're done. They're like, all right, yeah, DLC. I have other things I'm playing right now. Right? If it's Marathon, if it's Crimson Desert, if it's Hightail, if it's Windrose, it comes out next week. If it's whatever.
If it's anything besides Marathon.
Oh, did you see? I think it was GameSpot. GameSpot had the top games of March. Okay. Number 1 was Marathon. And Crimson Desert wasn't even on the list. I was like,
and
what's happening here?
And it's like you're trying to tell you, GameSpot, can't speak him, can't even speak. Kotaku and IGN no longer valid in this chat. No longer valid.
I mean, I like speaking about Kotaku just because they say some stupid things. And I like covering it just because they, like today, GameSpot posted a thing where they're saying that Split Fiction sold 1/3 of what It Takes Two sold. Right? Of course, Take-Two has been out 5 years. Split Fiction's been out for 1 year, but it still sold 7 million copies faster than Take-Two did. Right? But like the way they word it,
framing.
Yeah, the framing of it. Tell 30 to stop reading the articles? No, that's the best part. You see, the funny part is I get to ream out the people that make stupid articles, right? And you guys don't get to read the articles. So they don't get the clicks. They don't get the clicks for that because I'm reading the article, right? I'm talking about it, and then I get to roast them or say stupid things about them, and then nobody else is actually clicking on the actual thing.
It's like worse than National Enquirer from back in the day.
It is like the National Enquirer.
It's worse. Or the Star, or whatever, all those trash mags all the time. Headless alien abducts dog. Like I
gotta buy it.
Those are the articles written by these guys.
This is why I read the articles, because some of them are so fucking stupid.
Headless dog gives birth to human.
You're like, wait a minute. How does that even happen? The president's an alien. All right. Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories in the past week, and we rant along the way. Episode 484 is in the can. We do appreciate you very much for coming out and hanging out with us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We are off for the rest of the week. We'll be back on Monday morning. We do a live show, or I do a live show Monday through Thursday called The Daily Grind, where we read stupid articles, and then I give you my thoughts and opinions. We get your thoughts and opinions in the chat, on the live chat. Come out. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday. And then we do Shooting the Shit with Sarge on Wednesday nights, and then we do GXG on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like to support the channel, you can also listen to the music that we have. You can go to Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music. You can download the 2 albums that we have. They're called Perk Up, Press Play, The Daily Grind, Volume 1 and 2. Check them out. Download, purchase, or stream it. Either one, or all of them. Okay, helps us out here. You can also go to the apparel store, buy a shirt, get a mug, do all the things. We appreciate it very much, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Game on, gentlemen.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips.